Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. My name is DM Barry, and I'm your Dungeon Master for today. Oh, yes. And I'm joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves, guys.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm playing Corey Flinziger, the Tabaxi Artificer Rogue.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm playing Bri Aurelia, the Tiefling Gunslinger, and we are going to be joined today by...
Hello, I'm Jed. I am playing Petro, the Furbolg Paladin.
We play Dungeons of Drakkenheim just about every Friday live on Twitch. So if you are live with us on Twitch right now, hello, good to see you. If you are not able to join us on Twitch, you can luckily still find us on YouTube and a lot of podcast platforms. So you can either watch us after the live session, or you can listen to us on the go if that is what you prefer. If you can, of course, do a like and subscribe everywhere, we'd be very happy. You know the drill. We don't have a question for today, do we?
I don't think so. I think we're
Let me
good.
go
As a matter of
ahead.
fact, I think we might also need all the time today, so that might be a good point.
Let me double check real quick.
Oh, yeah, maybe there's something in the channel. That's a good point.
I could also look.
If we have any questions saved, of course, we will answer them.
We have two questions from the cast from Dragon Computer. One is, what shop would you investigate / liberate goods from at Drakkenheim that would help your character's individual cause? I think that's.
I know, but I'm the dungeon master, so that's
I think we should start from the Petro side because he's the least likely to liberate items.
I think Petro would liberate that doll that we saw last session, just because it's a doll and it's probably pretty cute.
Aww. Briar would liberate the Shatter Spike, honestly. Whoever is holding
Yeah.
that Shatter Spike.
Oh,
Wants it.
Well, if somebody
Yeah,
already
anti-sword,
bought
yes.
it, I guess, yeah, that's the
Yep.
question.
She'll have to liberate it off the person who bought it.
And Corey would, if we're going to consider it, Corey's definitely liberating everything he can from Oscar Yorn's potion shop. All the notes, all the research, and all of the potions.
That
So,
makes a whole lot of sense.
yes. I mean, there's a lot you can learn from creepy guy in the basement doing studies. And then the other question was, let me go ahead and mark that one as complete. What modern form of transportation would your character prefer?
Interesting question.
I'm going to go with Pope Mobile.
I was going to ask if Griffin would be modern, but Pope Mobile works best, I think.
Nobody
that's
can get me
great.
in this bubble. I have no need for the haze.
I'm entirely protected.
I am protected by this bubble as long as I don't run into any sharp objects.
Yeah, exactly.
Doom said Heelys. Heelys are the best transportation.
Specifically off-road Helix. I don't think they work very well on cobblestone.
They
Gosh, could you
can.
imagine?
They
Could you
can if
imagine like
try.
skateboards or something being a thing in D&D? That's just weird. Like orcs
oh,
coming up to you on
man.
a skateboard.
Yeah,
That would
alternative
be-
to kids on bikes, kids on skateboards.
That
Yep.
would be interesting if you like had a halfling or something who primarily traveled on a skateboard, but it was a small skateboard, so they didn't change their walking speed, and it was just a flavor thing.
And then he becomes really good at it. His name is Tony.
Itty bitty hawk. No, anyway. I think okay. Maybe this isn't considered a modern transportation, but the big spider from the end of Wild Wild West. That's Corey's mode of transportation.
Yeah, I can see you do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello, Drakkenheim. I'm here to save you. First of all, I expect 10% tribute every Saturday, courtesy of Corey's Emporium. Corey's villain arc.
Beautiful.
I mean,
Love
if we're
that.
gonna go like, you know, if we're gonna go into science fiction, then I'd say whatever has the most firepower. I mean, let's just get like a Death Star or something. just blow up all of Drakkenheim.
Just blow up the
You
meteor.
thought you thought you had an issue with the meteor? I got something for you.
Yeah, blow it up again. And if that doesn't do it, blow it up again.
Exactly.
Why would you
Perfect.
blow it up? It's full of chock full of beautiful arcane and mechanical things.
That's why we're gonna blow it up.
No. The Death Star. Oh my God, that's fantastic. It took me a second because I'm still getting things set up and ready, but that hit me a little late, but that was great.
With that being said, shall we get this show on the road for today?
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty, then let's hit that intro.
Drakkenheim. Once the glittering jewel of Westamar, beacon of civilization, academic study, and religious pursuit. But one fateful day, death fell from the heavens, raising the once vibrant city to rubble. Then sickness, pandemonium, and monstrous mutations that overtook the few who survived. And yet, beneath the decay and calamity, the remains of Drakkenheim revealed a new secret. Whispers of this discovery crept across the lands. Delirium. Survivors, crusaders, and fortune seekers from near and far battled for dominance, ruthlessly vying for power over the ruined city. In the midst of chaos, 3 heroes stand ready to survive, to rebuild, and perhaps to profit. And the key to their success may lie deep in the dungeons of Drakkenheim.
I do love that intro. Right. So where were we last session? Well, our dear party members were I just want to say arrested. It's not technically true, but still kind of. Our
captured.
party was captured.
Kidnapped.
Yeah,
That works.
sure, kidnapped. I mean, you started throwing furnaces.
Adventure napped.
They were locked up in a holding cell with some cages underneath Buckledown Row in a mostly closed off part of the sewer. After a bit of talk, they were allowed a bit of free roam through the area for about an hour to 2 to prepare themselves to join the fighting pits, because if they wanted to get out alive, to repent for what they did up top, they'd have to join the fighting pits. In the last session, they valiantly fought in the ring to such a degree that it seemed to go pretty well, until one fighter joined in. And that particular fighter, the champion of the Catacomb Cobra gang. She came forward and she had her weapon coated in poison, unbeknownst to anyone, until she started to strike. You guys were in a bit of peril, but you got out fine. And when it started to get pretty hazy and pretty dicey, and she cut down the ringmaster for the fighting pits, she herself was shot down by a rather lanky man with a bald head, spoke very monotone, and said that no one breaks the rules in the fighting pits. As you wandered off, and so did you came in contact with lies and deceit, 2 tieflings who apparently also work for the Queen of Thieves. And they offered you another thing other than the fact that you have, well, fought your way to freedom. They told you that you've also won an audience with the Queen, should you desire that. All you had to do is let it be known to them, and they would guide you to this location. But after that fight, you were pretty bruised, pretty beat up and bruised. and decided that you might need a long rest. And by the powers of sheer coincidence and maybe a dash of DM luck, the mist will not have any effect on you for today. So you can take your long rest in the sewer area of the fighting pits.
You can just take a nap in my Popemobile.
Yeah, that's just for one round. You have
brand new Popemobile. Okay, retconning the end of the fight is like your team won a brand new card. You can only leave it in the medic bench though, in the medic bay.
Yeah, like you can't take it with you, unfortunately. That'd be a terrible prize, wouldn't it? So that is what you were. Let me pull you into the fighting pits. Here you are. There's currently no fighting going on, so let's give a little bit more light music to that. And as always, my question will be, what is your next move?
Well, I think, did we go to sleep yet?
I don't think you did.
I'm going to say at the end of last session, I think Petra was pretty beat after getting poisoned, reviving, I think 3 people, and just being at very, very low HP. I think he's just collapsed in the corner at this point.
I think all 3 of us are poisoned, so.
Yeah, we were all poisoned. We expended a lot of resources, so I'm passed out by the hay bale.
Corey's laying behind Petro, but he's also like conferring with Norbit, who's still kind of integrated into the circuitry on Petro's is it chainmail or a plate mail? Or plate?
I believe it is chain. Let me double check.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, Norbit's still connected and has like little pulses and stuff have been going out. And at this point, Norbit is conferring rapidly with Corey, and they're basically jotting down notes and tinkering with little devices. That's it.
All right. It sounds, by all accounts, that you are just going to get some sleep, and that's it. Is that correct? Is that correct to assume?
Yeah.
For the moment.
I believe we've all already applied the long rest last time.
I figured as much because as you applied, nobody will disturb you. Honor is a big thing here. As you take your rest, you can give yourself a long rest. Nothing will disturb you. And at the end of the last session, you also, I almost forgot, of course, but you also leveled up. Yes, indeed you did. Because you are now level 5. What did you guys pick?
You want me guys go first, or you want to go first, Petro? Or
yeah, I mean mine's pretty straightforward. I get an extra attack, which is always welcome, especially with all the missing that I've done in this campaign thus far. And I also have a couple of 2nd level spells now. At the moment, it looks like I have Misty Step, which is one of my favorite spells in D&D in general. And Moonbeam, which I've never actually had as a player before, so that's an interesting addition.
Moonbeam is a great spell. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm yeah, that's that. I think that's it for changes so far. But yeah, Paladin level 5 is pretty solid, but not a whole lot of choice in that level. So.
Yeah,
right.
It's like you said, very solid, very impactful, but yeah, not much by way that you can actually choose.
Yeah.
Briar, how about you?
I have done another level into fighter for right now. I got another extra attack, and I've even unlocked a new spell that's tied in with my race. So now I can cast darkness.
Nice.
Ooh, embracing her more infernal side.
Yes.
Very cool. I think because Corey took a dip in, or he started life as more of a roguish individual and started down the arcanical path once he got denied entry to the academy. So he's actually a level 4 artificer, And at this level, he was able to gain a feat, which through the machinations of Norbit and Corey, they have been gathering data on Petro and Petro's abilities as a furbolg, his ability to change his outward appearance, his ability to become invisible temporarily, and Corey has become somewhat shadow touched in his endeavors, in his studies, and now has a new little gadget, a new little tinkering toy that he knows how to create at will, a little lighter that when he flicks it, he is able to either conceal himself by bending light entirely around his armor or the armor of others if he so chooses, or he can create an image up to 15 foot in any direction. And
nice.
And these are definitely going to become useful. He also became a little bit more intelligent in his studies of Petro's abilities. So it was pretty nice for him on that regard.
Illusion spells are always a good time.
Oh yeah. So silent images and invisibility abound.
Great descriptions as well. I love that. All right. You don't know if it's night, you don't know if it's day, but the moment passes over from one into another, and you've had your long rest. And as you wake from a comfy but uncomfy hay bale, I'd imagine, you see that the location over here is still like in operation. There's people walking around, still people tending the wounded here in the medical area. Yeah. What is your next move now?
How long did we sleep? To the lady tending people over here.
Gosh, I don't know. A couple of hours at least. You were out cold pretty quickly, so we figured we'd just leave you there.
Is it the next day?
Well, day, night, it's all the same to me, but I think so.
Wait, are you down here all the time? Don't you ever get out? There's a whole world out there.
I got out on my break.
Been working for at least 8 hours. You need to get better representation. I'm going to say your hours are very unfortunate and inappropriate.
They're pretty okay, actually. I'd have to say. You know, I get off once every when someone tells me it's time, and it's okay. Like I'm doing important work.
Clasp her hands, and he says, "If I were in power and down here, I would see to it that you had more breaks and more time for yourself. Okay? Just so you know."
And what of the wounded then? Would they just die in my absence?
Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to save anybody if you burn yourself out, eh? We're going to need to hire some more of you guys.
Well, good luck finding that, but I appreciate your concern. Yeah.
Anyway, see ya.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate everything you've done for all these hurt people, including us. I hope that someday people just don't get hurt in general, so that you have no work left.
She's intently looking at you, like where the rest of the sentence is, and she's like, "Oh, okay, bye." Are you all feeling okay?
Okay, so. Bye. See you later.
You guys are a mess. I love it.
What's the general state of things over here in the fighting pit?
Bloody. There is I still need to remove these two. There we go. The circle is pretty bloody and caked in old, in previous battles, basically. There's still some people sitting around, mostly just like fixing some stuff, having a talk, but there's no active fight going on right now.
Is Veronica still among the crowd?
She is.
I'm gonna look at Briar and sort of like subtle nod.
I suppose I should ask too about Bull and what happened to him.
If you ask around, you'll hear that Bull was dragged off for immediate care, but they noticed that they couldn't do anything here, so he's been transported to another location.
Got it. Thank you.
Brian, how do you want to handle this?
Well, as angry as I am with Miss Veronica, I do need, unfortunately, some answers regarding Miss name remembering Tabby Hoodwink.
Tabby Hoodwink, yes.
All right. We'll back you up.
All right.
Yep. We've got your back.
I'm gonna step aside and let her move forward.
Briar is gonna just make her way over towards Veronica. She's still gonna keep her distance just because she doesn't trust the woman to not pull a weapon on her.
Okay.
She's just gonna look at her and go, Veronica,
Yes,
I wish to speak with you privately.
I'm sure you do. And what happens then? Is it just a talk, or is it a talk accompanied by whatever you have on you?
It will be a talk. But should any funny business happen, well, I'm sure you wouldn't want anyone to find out what happened to the little halfling and how she procured said item.
Okay. I'll walk with you. She looks over to Rose and she says, 10 minutes. If I'm not back, sound the alarm. Where do you want to go?
Let's just go over in the corner of the arena. They're not going to leave the arena, but they're just going to go somewhere a little bit where people won't listen in.
Sure. She will strut over there without waiting for you. Well, what do you need to know?
I'd like to know more about Tabby Hoodwink.
Don't we all? Tabby joined us a long, long time ago, years ago, before the meteor. She was a regular in the tavern, and while she wasn't really a part of our gang, she worked as more of a stoolie. She got information here and there, and I didn't know nor care where she got the information, but in most cases it was useful. We relied on Tabby until we learned of her true nature. Tabby was, unfortunately, working as an operative for the Royals. She was under direct command of the spy master of Drakkenheim, and you can imagine what I thought when I heard that. There's a lot of things that I'm okay with, and I understand double espionage is a thing. It happens all the time. But being linked to the royal family will cost everyone's head around Tabby, including her own. I don't mind Tabby's head per se, but I do mind my own. But I devised a plan. Instead of just outright murdering her, she was good at what she did. Let's just say I gave her an offer that she couldn't refuse. Now she works for us, and she spilled the beans on why she was hanging around our tavern. Apparently, you're a very important person, Briar.
So I've learned.
The big question is, what are you going to do with that?
That would be my own business. What I decide to do with it.
That's fair.
Is Tabby still at your bar?
If she's smart, she isn't. And she is smart. She knows there's only two possible things that can happen now. Either you win or you lose down here. In case you lose, you won't come up. So if she visits next week, she'll learn that you're no longer here. If you win, you're going to be up there soon. If I were Tabby, I'd leave and not come back for a couple of days. But what do I know?
Would you happen to have an idea if, say, I did win, where she would go?
Mm-hmm. Well, she does a lot of odd jobs around the city. She's usually on the inner side of the city. I've heard that she likes Theatre Row. And I believe that she has tried to go to the Queen's Park Garden before. She never told about that, and we didn't ask. We don't care about the park. The park is lost. I've always wondered why she wanted to go there. The haze is pretty thick over there, and it's dangerous, but she didn't seem to care.
I see. Thank you, Veronica. I will keep my mouth shut about what happened today.
Good. Briar.
Yes.
One more thing. Tabby was tasked with having to give you something, wasn't she?
I believe so.
Yes. Are you still interested in that?
I am.
Okay. Know that Tabby's not the only one that has seen it, of course. I imagine the Spy Master has too. But so have I.
What have you seen?
I've seen enough that I wonder if you'd want to see it. But I'll leave that question with you. If you want to see it, I'll give you the document. No questions asked. It is yours.
Please. It'd be a fair trade.
Fair enough. Here's your spoils of, good one fight in the pits. And she goes into her pocket and pulls out a small scroll of paper. And she hands it over to you. It looks pretty normal, but you do notice that there is a red seal on it. It is a red seal with a large letter D on it, which signifies that this is an official document of the city of Drakkenheim. And it looks like this.
Oh.
What is this?
What Petro? I don't know what you're talking about. We're way over here.
It's me as a player reacting, not Petro.
I'm joking.
Yeah, in the meantime, Petra is just like pinching some dirt on the ground and it's like blood caked. He's like, wow.
He's drawing pictures in the floor of the
Just a little
battlefield.
smiley face, has a little like poorly drawn dog.
I'm just imagining him like staring off into space while Corey's talking, and then suddenly he goes, "Oh," and Corey's like, "What?"
Oh, just the Noble Archives. I was just thinking about them randomly.
So you asked what this means, right?
Yes.
Well, as you can see, it's an excerpt of the Noble Archives. That means something, Briar. Your family apparently is of good enough stature to be recorded in the annals of history. Doesn't necessarily mean that your family is royal or anything, but your family is recognized as one of the established families of the region, which I find interesting. You're a tiefling. Usually tieflings aren't. Added to that, it's seemingly almost exclusive to humans. Apparently your family must have done something right. So, well, you're not a baron or baroness by any means, but, well, at least you got that going for you. So, congratulations. When you die, you know that your names are recorded in the archives, it seems.
Interesting.
As you look at the document, by the way, there are several other names on there that you do recognize. You know, your mother, your father. I think your uncle is on there as well. In this document, he's still listed as alive, but the archive has probably not been edited in the last 15 years since the meteor fell.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's gonna see his name, and she kind of brushes her finger over the name, and just, I see one of the names hasn't been updated just yet.
I imagine that the archivist hadn't had any time to update the archives the last couple of years, Briar.
I see. Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome. Now, anything else? I believe that was it, right? I'm going to go back to Rose.
That is it.
And she walks away from you.
So while they were away, just we don't have to role play the whole thing, but Corey was basically just asking, so what's your what's your relationship with this Veronica character to Rose?
Why do you ask?
I wouldn't want to be tied to someone who's breaking certain rules down here, unless you guys are very, intimately involved, business partners, whatever. I don't know.
We are indeed. Where Veronica runs the Sneaky McGee's bar as the owner and proprietor. Well, technically not owner, but you catch my drift. I run one of the other bars in Buckledown Row. Specifically, the Old Imperial Public House. That's mine.
You better be careful about how your associates behave around you, because you never know what could be recorded and make its way into the wrong hands or right ones. Just
if those that do wrong should be punished, they will be punished. That's the way that the world works, doesn't it?
I'm just saying that if
I tend to think that kidnapping people is wrong, but to each their own, I guess.
To each their own, indeed.
Oh, I'm just saying, if your business partner gets a little too wild, it might be bad for business. So, just, a little point of wisdom from one entrepreneur to another.
I think I recognize you. You're the one that runs that crummy shop in Amberwood, right?
In the process of upgrading, yeah.
Yeah. You sold one of my men a crossbow that didn't work.
Oh no, that was your guy. Caveat emptor, buyer beware. You gotta, go test these things out on your own. And I think he did test it out on his own, actually.
Well, he did, and he almost had to exchange his life for that test. But let's say that accidents happen, right? Like you learned that today.
Not only that, but user error is in fact a thing. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, you better be careful. Someone might poison you. You know how it goes. There's Veronica.
Remember, I got 8 more lives to use, okay?
Nice. Oh, actually, Corey, I think you're down to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
I think you've only got 2 left.
Pet die. See you later, Rose. Don't get
Later,
pricked.
Corey.
Oh, so guys, do you remember when they said yesterday that if we wanted to, we can meet the Queen?
I guess, was that yesterday? Oh boy, feels like it was a month ago.
Oh, maybe it was a month ago. Anyway, I figure if we're free now, we might as well go see the Queen before we go back to the surface.
Yeah, I got some words about Mel's treatment of us.
I do too.
Be a little more.
If we do speak with her, just don't expect me to speak a whole lot.
We've just got to go find what was it? Mean and Angry. They're twins, right?
Deceit and Lies, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it. Oh look, there they are.
As you walk outside, that's their names, right? They are literally standing on the other side of the bridge. Yeah.
Petra's tiptoeing across this bridge, still a little bit wary of having fallen in earlier.
Hey, before we move forward, he's gonna stop Briar and just ask, do you sure you want to go through this? I know that you got some little anxiety about being here amongst these people.
Well, unfortunately, one of my actions has already revealed what I am. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you want to be? I learned a thing or two from Norbit, messing around with Petro's armor. So do you want to go in with a little bit of undercover?
I would appreciate that if possible.
All right. So, God, let's go back to the clinic real quick. Let's go back to the clinic real quick. Crap,
I thought we were going this way. Oh, I guess we're going this way. Okay.
It's definitely not inconspicuous at all. Like,
Yeah. Lies, deceit. We'll be back in a minute.
okay.
All right. Over here, and he looks around. Are the people in the clinic looking at them?
No.
All right. Petro, stand in front of her.
Oh, I think I already am, but okay, I'll stay right here.
There you go. Okay. And he pulls out the lighter, and basically he puts several small point nodes on her armor, like two on her shoulders and on her I think probably knees, and pulls out the lighter, connects all 4 of them, and suddenly, like, it's almost like she starts her image gets thinner and thinner and thinner till it's a perfectly vertical line that you could only see if looking directly at it, and then whoosh, that winks out of existence. So she's invisible. I cast invisibility. Sorry.
Oh.
Well,
I was also wondering, like, was that the invisible? Yeah, it was. Okay.
we did say this was the last session for one of our players, so
So thank you for playing, Brian.
All right.
oh, Briar's gone.
So and he
And she's gone.
turns to Petra and goes, "Well, we don't have to worry about Briar anymore."
Oh, what? What? Where'd she go? Corey, where'd she go?
I'm right here, Petro.
Ah, who said that?
So,
Petro, he turned me invisible.
You can't turn invisible. Who's saying that?
Petro, you know how you do it, right?
Oh, yeah, but only for a second. She should appear by now.
Yeah. Well, I figured out how to extend it for a little longer. It'll last about 55, 56 minutes. Maybe give or take a little more depending on the how much you move around too much.
Wow.
Now just
Okay.
so you
Wait
gotta
a
be
minute.
careful.
If you're invisible, Briar, then kick this patch of sand right here.
Be careful. Don't move too quickly, because if you move too quickly, or if you were to move aggressively, it might destabilize the field. So,
She's just
move
gonna-
things
Great way to
around.
put that.
She's gonna lean down where the sand is, and she's just gonna blow in the sand just to make it move. Just
That's exactly what Briar would do. Wow. You weren't lying. That's cool. Good job, guys. Wow.
All right. So remember, they can still hear you, and also footprints. Keep you, if you don't want to be followed, you got to avoid making footprints.
which is nice because I know how to stay quiet.
Or get the boots of the false tracks. One of the best uncommon items that are out there.
Hey there, lies. See, oh, sorry, good.
For those of you that don't know that item, by the way, I recently read about it. It's great. It's an uncommon item. It's basically boots. You can only wear them if you're humanoid, and you can choose what kind of tracks you leave behind. It's great.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. I choose broom tracks.
It has to be steps, but if you want to have it be goat or whatever, bear, you totally can.
Elephant.
Yeah, I still think you can do that.
Mercedes.
Gonna be tricky,
Oh, you
but
said animal.
I choose train. I want to leave railway tracks behind me.
when did the train come in here?
I want to leave Mercedes tracks here. There's like this Italian girl that coming around the corner, like, huh?
So our friend wasn't feeling so hot, so she's gonna stay back at the clinic.
Of course. That's good. She should make sure that she feels good. Yes, she should indeed, lies. Indeed, she should deceit.
Anyone ever told you guys are weird?
Oh, all the time. Yes, but we usually stab them. Yes, we do indeed.
Oh, I get told that a lot too. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't
Don't
stab
take
them.
it. Don't take it too personally.
What can we do for you, champions?
Oh, we're the champions. That's pretty cool.
After our astounding victory against the best that this place had to offer, I think that we are due an audience with the Queen. After all our hard work previously with her peon Mel.
You
Please.
wish to visit the Queen?
Yeah, if we could, we get a little chat. I feel like we've done a lot of work for us, so might as well see eye to eye.
She has extended an invitation. If you'd like to go to her, all you need to do is follow. Are you ready?
We have extended our acceptance. So yeah, sure.
Good. And you're sure that your friend doesn't want to come along?
We'll let him know everything that happens.
Okay. A true friendship lies. A true friendship indeed deceit. Let's go. And as they say that, they walk halfway to the bridge and they hop off onto the sewer lining below. And they start continuing southward, crossing the little wooden bridge over there.
Petro, be careful with this one.
Petro jumps across.
That's fair. And you could totally do that.
Briar just being careful to not knock over anything, just minding her steps, making sure she doesn't step on anything funny while she's following him.
I'll let you pass for now because I think it's hilarious that they made you invisible. Just to double check, above table, you guys want to go to the queen?
Yes.
Okay.
Is anything bad gonna happen if we do?
Oh, no.
Never.
Famous last words.
What is it? You can certainly try. No, that doesn't work. Never mind.
You can certainly visit something. But the reason I'm asking is map switch. So
Yay!
as you are traveling down this sewer, you notice that lies and deceit take a left and then a right and then a right, or was it a left and a left, or was it just up a little ladder? After a couple of minutes, you're kind of lost as to what the route was. But apparently this is the right way. Yeah, go ahead.
Corey was trying to like keep kind of a little map, and at the end it's just squiggles that all go over each other, like, and you can't see where one line starts and one line ends.
I love that. Yeah.
Crap.
The one thing that is consistent is
that's a really good drawing. Good job, Corey.
It's very artistic, you know. It's like an ink blot that the psychologist can use, psychiatrist. After about 50 minutes to half an hour worth of walking, the only thing that's consistent is you are still in the sewers. So the sewers themselves are pretty well made, as they are everywhere, with a bit of wear and tear over 15 years of no repairs. But it looks bland, as you know, sewers should do. They're usually not that decorated. After 15 to 30 minutes, lies in the seat stop and they say, well, this is it. Just travel along straight and then go through the door. We will be making our route back. We have lots of things to do, lies. Yes. Yes, indeed we do, deceit.
Oh,
they hide the queen for us.
Oh, okay. When we want to go back home, how do we get out of here? I think I probably remembered each and every turn perfectly, but just in case I didn't, what's the best way to get out of here?
The easiest way to go out is to either go back, or you can travel on and go up one of the ladders over there.
Oh, ladders. Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Good. Good luck. And they turn around and walk away, leaving you alone in the sewers.
Well, I guess we just continue on from here. That's what they said.
Let me plop you down. I would imagine it's this order, but I'll leave it up to you if you want to swap.
Yes.
Works for me.
Over here, it works kind of the same way as where you came from. There's two sides that you can walk on, and then there is this middle canal, which has a bit of water in there. You won't drown in it by any means unless you lie down, but there is a height difference between the two. Not much. You can climb up on the sides, but there is a height difference.
What's the lighting situation?
It's dark. Like, if you don't have dark vision, this is pitch black.
So Corey pulls out one of his little metal ball bearings, and he taps it a bit, and it lights up, and he hands it to Petro.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
And no worries. Little flashlight.
Petro shoves it into the handle of his maul, and then just kind of sticks it out in front of him as like a little guiding flashlight thing.
And as you look around, you get a questioning look on your face, like, I have no memory of this place.
Guys, let's go this way. It smells less bad.
Yeah, just remember, always follow your nose. God damn it. Great references.
Let me give you. Oh, that's not the right one.
Party disco lights.
Rave of the sewers.
Petro, the rave master. Yeah, he
I didn't
just
want to do
starts
siren light. There you
windmilling his.
He was raving mad.
And we're just gonna
Right.
keep moving until we see
You
something
can.
new.
Let me give you a bit. You're noticing that there's quite a bit of rubble here in the sewers, which isn't strange per se. The sewers probably took a punch as well when the meteor dropped down. And as I said just a while ago, repairs on the sewers are probably few and far between now that Drakkenheim is no more.
So Corey will scurry around the wall and take point and just start moving forward because he can see a little better in the dark.
Okay.
He also got his goggles on.
Every once in a while, Petro's looking back and he's like, Briar, are you still with us?
I'm right behind you, Petro. Shh.
Okay. Keep scaring me. Jeez.
You know I'm right behind you. I've been walking.
How about I know? I can't see you. Oh, I gotta go this way. Hang on. Okay. How about I know?
Just know
What?
that I'm behind you.
Watch your step here, Petro.
Oh,
Straight
okay.
up ahead, it seems that you found an aquafire junction. So it's one of those like roundabouts for water that it can go in many different ways. Corey, as you walk to this side of the aquafire junction, could you please be so kind as to make me a perception check?
I will not only will I make this perception check, but I'm gonna make this perception check.
I hope so for you.
I got a 16.
Yeah. So as you are walking to this side of the aquafire junction, you suddenly see a hint of movement in the water, and you can hear a growl. And because of your 16, you're not surprised, which helps, I imagine, because you see a huge sewer crocodile popping out of the water,
Ho!
and it's hungry. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Get back here!
Do I also have to roll, even though I'm invisible?
If you want. Oh.
Go ahead and roll for it. You don't have to act on your turn.
Okay.
But when you do, then you do.
As per usual, I rolled a 19, but I wasn't clicking on myself, so it didn't.
You had a 19, you said?
Yeah.
No issue. It's
Thank you.
but a tick to change it.
I got a
there
6.
You go. You have a 6. Indeed. All right. First up, Briar. Do you do something?
She's gonna hold her action just for now.
Mm-hmm.
What? You get-
What's the action?
She's gonna have her pistols ready to go
Yeah.
for an attack. But she's gonna wait for the creature to attack.
Okay. Corey.
Okay, and so this thing has essentially lunged aggressively.
It popped out of the water, so you're in proximity. He hasn't attacked just yet, but it's definitely going to.
Okay, so let's see. So Corey's going to quickly pull out one of the. He has a little wooden cup in his as just in one of his pockets, and he
Yes.
slaps on a couple of those little metal legs that he had before, and throws it up on the wall. And his arcane cannon is made, and
I love it.
it's going to fire at the gator. It's going to fire an arcane ballista, which I believe I have to roll a spell attack.
I believe so too. Let me quickly
Yes.
check if I have a token for that.
Ooh.
If not, we'll accept it as just being there. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna
So-
hit.
I rolled a 25, and that is going to be once again, let me just check my features real quick. So Eldritch Cannon, I've got a bunch of things in front of me. There we go. 2d8 force damage, and it is going to push the target 5 feet away from the cannon, which is consequently straight down from me.
Yep, it will be able to move just a bit. So there you go.
All right, and that's gonna go ahead and be 2d8 damage. I'm gonna roll that as a shock and grasp, but it's just gonna be force. 12.
12 points of that will be lightning damage, I imagine. Yes.
Yeah. So
that hurts.
Basically, he what's the ceiling situation in the air? Is it like 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet?
I was also gonna say, since technically it's in the water, wouldn't it take extra damage?
No, it's not lightning. It's force. Sorry.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, the ceiling is let's just say 10. It's not too high, but there is room.
So this thing is a little bit higher than him on the wall, and he's going to, while that's happening. So basically, he all in one motion flips this cup on the wall. It sticks, and a lens on the top where the opening would be just fires a bolt of prismatic energy that forces this crocodile away, as Corey immediately just latches onto the wall and scampers over to Petro.
I love that.
So he can move 20 feet along and end up like just above Petro on the wall. So I'm gonna move him off to the side slightly, if I can. I can't move him. Never mind. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm gonna move him off to the side slightly, but he's basically right above Petro on the wall.
Right. I'll quickly make a token for that because there's no such thing as a cannon in my token library, but that is a 2-second thing that I can do. Was that all you wanted to do?
Yes. That's my action and bonus action and move.
All right. The giant crocodile will try to swim forward in the water, which it can, and it will be able to get here. And seeing as you are the more bite-sized snack than Petro is.
Well, I am up on the wall above Petro.
Oh, yeah, you just said
Sorry.
that. Yeah. In that case, it's going to bite Petro because it's not good. Like, crocodiles are notoriously bad at climbing.
They can
It'll
climb
try
over
to.
fences.
Can they?
Yes. You live here in Florida. They can. You don't want to assume that.
The more you know.
You're going to be the resident expert, Daniel. So
they move pretty quickly in a straight line. As long as you zigzag, you're better.
It tries to bite you, but I think it's not going to hit. That is a 13 to hit.
Definitely does not hit.
So his large jump like right in front of you, and then it does like a little pirouette as it tries to slap you with its tail.
Ugh.
Which that is going to be more tricky. That is a 26.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That hits.
You are not grappled. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Wow. Okay, buddy. Just calm down, Mr. Crocodile.
Since it did attack, am I good to use my action here in just a minute?
Absolutely. This is your trigger if you want.
All right.
You said strength saving throw?
Strength saving throw, please. Yes.
Oh boy, it's a 10.
Uh-oh. You go prone.
Okay.
With that, as soon as the gator starts attacking, Briar's still going to start shooting.
Alrighty. That does remove your invisibility.
Yep.
But it does give you guns. So
you get advantage on your first attack if you attack unseen. And assuming you
that's
can't
true.
detect her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just a relatively normal crocodile.
Okay, so just
Really
normal, or is it with advantage?
Advantage, because you were invisible for your first shot.
All right. Here we go. Looks like that is a 16.
Oh, damn.
And that will hit indeed.
Whew.
For 8 points of piercing damage, right? Yes. You give him a solid shot on the neck. And it pierces. All right, Petro, it's your turn.
Oh, man.
Crocodile, actually.
Crocagator.
I mean,
Sure.
Petro really likes animals. And so I think, how big is this guy?
Big. Let's see if I have any
twice as big
measurements
as
on him.
me, or?
Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just imagining the scene from Jumanji where he's like wrapped around its mouth and it's lifting him up out of the water. Ah!
I got it.
Don't worry, guys. I got it, guys.
All right. I think I'm still gonna try this. Petro kind of, he sees this crocodile taking a beating, and he's just like, here's another thing we have to deal with. He's just annoyed at this point. Petro's Myra in chat, you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. So Petro's going to attempt to grapple the alligator. He's going to grab it by the head and like hug around its jaws in an attempt to keep them shut. That's what he's going to try to do.
All right, so that is a strength for a grapple. This is a strength saving throw from you. Oh, sorry, strength check from you.
Strength check,
against my I'm gonna do that against his dexterity because this beast is not gonna expect that.
I got a 21.
Yeah, you got him. I got a 10.
Yes!
Got him. So I'm wrestling the alligator, and as I have my arms around its jaws, I'm gonna speak to it with speech of beast and leaf, and just say, like, this is not gonna go well for you, and we really genuinely don't want to hurt you, but we've hurt a lot of other creatures because they've attacked us, and if you just leave right now, we won't hurt you anymore. And that's my turn.
You see, like, there's a bit of confusement on this crocodile as it understands you. And it doesn't really know what to do right now, it seems. For now, though, Briar.
All right. Where's the crocodile Petro per where they're standing right now?
Like, I think I'm on the edge, like holding its.
Yeah, let's just say that
it's
let's say it's here.
Okay. And Petro's holding its jaw closed.
It's wrestling it, so I'd imagine so. Yeah, you're not gonna wrestle its tail.
Okay. So she's gonna actually go ahead and put away her pistols and move just a smidge closer to where he's holding it.
Yes.
She's gonna smack him with her hand axe. And that's a normal roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so first swing is a 23.
Ooh.
Which is going to hit.
Smack the gator. Smack the gator, right?
That is 4 slashing damage. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What else?
She's gonna hit it again with her other hand axe.
Because of course you do.
Oh yes. That is a 10. 14, never mind.
14 is that hits it.
I need to use my hand axes more often.
That's 7. Thunk.
That is 7. Wow, that's max damage. 7 points of slashing damage. Noted. It is starting to look a little worse for wear, but it's not bleeding just yet.
Okay.
Anything else?
I've got one more attack, don't I?
Oh, you do. Yes,
you
do indeed.
Attack. Yeah.
I'm gonna swing one more time.
Offhand. Chunk.
It's a 23.
Wow.
And it hits. Yep. That's another 4.
Wow. Okay.
Good. This makes up for, like, I remember a session where you literally didn't hit once.
Yep.
This makes up for that.
It's making up for it.
I think it still would have hit regardless, but remember offhand is slightly different than main hand in terms of proficiency. But it still would have hit regardless, like with what it got.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's big old slash. Thunk.
Yep.
It's not a tree, Briar. It's a. Okay, sorry.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Briar?
Nope. That is it for now.
Makes sense. Monsieur Corrie.
All right, so he's up on the wall, and a lot has happened in the last 6 seconds. The gator came up, tried to bite, and then slapped Petro. Petro, instead of attacking or running away, just gave him a hug, and now Briar's chopping into it. So, oh, that's nice. I like it.
Hang on. That was not the right token, but it's almost done.
It could be a little Norbit.
No, it's not Norbit. I actually made like a little like I'm quickly photoshopping in between.
Love
That's
it.
dedication, guys. That's what the Dungeon Master does.
He's an epic DM.
There you go.
Oh my god, what does that look like? It looks like a little 3-legged cup with a cannon on it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Nice.
So yeah, the cannon repositions itself, moves a couple feet it's in the wall. Oh, let me get. I can move it over here. Oh,
it's yours.
Now, it's there you go. Thank you. Okay, so I've repositioned it slightly along, and as I reach down, I'm a little worried about Petro when I do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and reach down and grab the top of its head, where Petro isn't, and shock and grasp. And I'm gonna cast shock and grasp on it as a 0th level cantrip because that's all I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is gonna be 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
All right, and it'll be 7 points of lightning damage, shocking damage.
All right. I quickly looked over at Petro's armor, which is a whopping 20. Holy dang. So we're just going to roll that he doesn't take any damage from this.
Yay!
Thank you.
You don't have to do a separate roll.
So now it can't take any reactions for this turn. And then my cannon at the same time, he's going to pull a small lever on his armor, and the cannon will fire again. And come on, that'll be my bonus action. So it's going to miss violently with a 9.
It's going to hit the center pillar of the junction.
So that, and like a chunk of masonry falls, splash, big splash in the water, but no damage. Okay. Are we? What are we doing here, Petro? What are we doing?
Oh,
well, before Petro can do something, the giant crocodile is.
And he'll move back up the wall. I failed to mention, like,
yeah, sure.
Bit. Okay.
I'm in a conundrum because I didn't account for the fact that you can speak the beast, and I kind of like skipped over that fact that for some reason crocodiles don't fall under the umbrella of like frogs and whatnot. They should, but not in my mind apparently. So let's just rule of cool that. Let's not rule of cool that because that's a terrible roll. The crocodile doesn't understand what's happening, but it won't fight back against you now that you're basically face hugging him. It, as a matter of fact, will try, if you let him, to move back a little bit.
If he's doing it in a way that indicates that he's running away, then I would just let him go. All
right. In that case, he will turn around and he will leave into the junction. It technically does provoke an opportunity attack from Briar, and Corey, you're up to wall, so that should be.
Corey's busy.
Yeah, but Briar, it does provoke an opportunity attack from you as you were within range. Would you attack?
I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Cool. In that case, it will retreat up the Aquafire Junction towards the west. If you don't decide to follow it, it'll move out of vision, and that will end your combat here.
Wonderful. I love it.
That is the 4th combat encounter that you solved without like murdering someone. Like you guys, you're decidedly pacifist in Drakkenheim.
Well, one of us is.
I'm like the nice cop, and then they're the ones that are beating it up to her. It's like, I'm not lying when I say that you're about to die. Like, my friends are gonna kill you.
You will
trying
die.
to work with you here. Do you want a Diet Coke, a sandwich?
Corey inexplicably gains a Cajun accent. He's like, "We're gonna make some gumbo."
I prefer gator nuggets.
Ooh, yeah. We do have a gators down the street. And, really? When you were here, I didn't get you gator?
No.
Oh, we ate gator.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Okay.
I have to say, but it did taste like chicken, but
very
in a good
flavorful
way.
Chicken. It was like very, very flavorful chicken. Yeah. So the cup crawls down the wall and then like latches onto Corey's wrists. Okay, so lies and deceit could have been a little more forthcoming with this place.
So that cup is still like like latched onto the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So can we establish that as you walk over there, your cup runneth over and attaches itself to you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As
boy.
it clinks to the be our guest as it moves around. Which is a odd little piece of backstory for me and Barry. That's the first time we ever met was over that song "Be Our Guest" in a
That's true
karaoke app.
Oh, nice.
Yep. We met through karaoke. How was
I
that?
did not know that. Wow. Fun fact.
I feel like Lies and Deceit should have told us about that. That there were hazards down here.
Oh, It feels a little bit weird that this is where we are in general, because if I were a queen, I don't think I would live at the end of a gross sewer that has alligators in it. I think I would live in, like, I don't know, like a castle.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm just like, I'm concerned. He's looking in the water just for more movement. he
seems
has his
pretty
cannon.
It seems pretty silent right now.
Okay. He's got his little cannon like trained on the water very closely. Who wants to go the other way?
Oh, and essentially we have no more choice. I can't really hide myself anymore either.
Yeah, Corey comes over. Briar grabs back the little nodes that were latched onto her armor, clipped on. Clip on invisibility. His latest invention. Get rich quick scheme.
Invisiclick, GM.
Invisiclick.
So Corey's gonna do a really cool kickflip where he walks up, or like climbs up the wall a little bit, and then does a backflip over to the other side of the. Oh crap!
Yeah, I never mentioned that you're gonna do something really cool. Can you give me an acrobatics check, please?
I can. You know what? I can actually.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna laugh if he falls in the water.
Son of a bitch! I got an 11. All right, I feel like that's better than average.
I'm in a good mood. You make it to the other side. It wasn't as cool. Like, it was cooler in your head.
That is as
like,
close as you can get to better than average while still being as close as possible to below average.
Yeah.
Watching that whole thing happen, Briar's just gonna
Slow clap.
He climbs up and does the kickflip, and it looks cool until he hits the ground, and it like he slips a little bit, almost falling into the water.
Then the next thing he hears is just,
yeah, let's see you do one better.
Petro climbs up the wall and over the ceiling over to over to Corey's side. He's like, "Oh, you mean like this?"
I love that.
Yeah, I got nothing. That's you can, yeah.
For those of you who don't remember, Petro last week was contaminated, mutated, and gained spider climb in the creepiest of ways. It's the best of ways. Like, what is it like? You have like small hair-like tendrils that just like propel you along the wall or something like that. It's weird.
Yeah, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yes.
The close-up on the fingers. Yeah.
But you don't even need your hands. Like, you can just walk or shimmy along the walls. Ugh.
Everybody, I think we also found your last name, Petro Parker.
Got a lot of last names. Can't keep track of them all.
With great contamination comes great weirdness.
after Petro crosses over, Briar's gonna jump over as well.
You just do a functional jump, nothing cool about it, right?
She kind of want to show us off a little bit.
Acrobatics check, please.
And Petra's gonna attempt to like catch her if anything goes wrong.
With advantage.
With advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Even though she didn't try, it kind of looked way cooler than you, Corey. I don't know why, but like it did.
The way she jumps over, it's almost like she's kind of prancing across.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, almost like you have those guide wires like from the X-Men movies where you can't see the wires, but it's like they hover in the air just a little too longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the way she's doing it, she kind of points her toes slightly mid-air, and then she lands with ease.
Yeah.
A little ballerina jump.
You hear?
Yep.
from Corey.
Okay, so I guess we're all done.
She's like,
clapping
oh,
for
what's
each other.
that? What do I hear?
So we're sure we want to go this way, right?
I don't want to go away with the crocodile or
Oh.
crocagator.
I mean, he seemed okay. He was just trying to get a meal.
I'm moving quickly, but I'm also very, very intently looking at the water.
Oh, oops.
That makes sense. As you move forward, you notice that the walkway on the opposite side ends over there, and it's just a walkway on this side. There's a large pile of rubble over here, looking from like a wall that collapsed. Corey, especially with your inclination towards the finer arts of technique and
Curiosity.
well, curiosity too, because that does help here. Can you give me a perception check?
Yes, I can. I got a 21.
Nice. There's something off about this. What you see is, as I said, basically a wall that's collapsed, which happens. Thing is, there's a wall here. You would have expected this to be, closed off or like open. If a wall would have collapsed, would have left a hole. There's no hole here. There's just bricks.
So does the rubble? I'm gonna pull out a couple of tools and just like start examining it. Does it look like it is similar make and construction to the walls that we've seen so far, and what the wall looks like?
More so than similar. It's the actual material.
And he's going to run. He's going to take a step back to where there's no rubble and start running his hand along the wall and just keep solidly running across until he reaches past the rubble.
As you're about halfway the rubble, your hand sort of like just goes through. No resistance. There's a wall there, but there's no wall there.
Interesting. Hey guys, look at this. And he sticks his head through.
Oh, that's not a very effective wall.
As you stick your head through, that's the wrong one. As you stick your head through, you actually see that there is a ladder right behind it that goes down into an aquafire junction that apparently is completely dry.
Interesting. If I look further down the path that we're in, does it look like it just keeps going and going, like no change?
You see some woodworks, like sort of like a ladder, and what seems to be a makeshift sort of walkway over the canal.
What about to the south? What's
Yeah,
going on down there?
To the south, that is just more sewer passage.
You guys want to see what's behind door number 2?
Oh, do you think that maybe the queen is hiding over here?
Who knows? Maybe she's got some good loot back here.
I'd rather not steal from the queen, if I'm going to be honest. That's one person I don't want to piss off.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Oh, okay. Well, we're catching up. Hang on.
He's gonna
I'll just
climb
go
up
up
and
this
peek.
way.
Yeah.
As you give me one second.
No.
As you walk through, you walk into a very strange place, because as you get through this wall, it apparently also blocked off sound. Now that you're fully through, you can hear a very lively area with a lot of people having a drink. Apparently, you've just entered a bar. There's a lot of people around, it seems. You see a bar area, and by a bit of surprise for you, probably, you see that behind the bar, there is a robotic barman, like an animatron. You see a lot of tables with a lot of people sitting around here. And to your absolute surprise, in the far corner of this bar, you see a table with 3 people that you recognize. It's the bald man that shot the champion of the Catacomb Cobras, together with Lies and Deceit.
Wait a minute. Lies and Deceit. Did they come in through a different way, or?
Good question.
Okay, we've had some bad experiences in bars. Pretty much all of our experiences in bars have been bad.
This game is really helping you, like, not go to bars as much. Like,
yeah, either we've gotten kidnapped, or it turns out it was a time loop and everybody got killed, or like we almost started a fight accidentally. So just as a preemptive measure, I'm going to cast Detect Magic and just make sure that this place is real, because I think Petro is just skeptical of bars in general at this point.
The bar doesn't give off any magical vibe. The only place where you see some magic, there's a couple. You see some magic coming from the robotic animatronic barman. You see some magic coming off of these three over here, Elias the Seed and the Bald Man. And you see a shimmer of magic near the portal over here.
Portal.
Over yonder. You'll see like a little bit of like
sort of through the sewers, and they got a portal. Jerks.
Well, it's not a portal. It's like in like another hallway, but you see some magic.
Oh, I thought you meant like a portal. Okay.
No. It's like a hallway.
All right. I'm gonna go say hi to the bartender.
Yeah, Corey immediately like gets mad at when he sees Lies in Deceit, but then it completely forgets about that when he sees the bartender.
Oh, hello. My name's Petro. What's your name?
Forget about him anyway. Who made you? What are you?
Query, what am I? Answer, barman.
Oh, do you have a name?
Query, name. Answer, barman.
Oh, query, name, answer, Petro.
He remains silent.
Query, who crafted you? Who crafted you?
Who crafted you? Petra pronounces it like a few different ways.
What's your function?
Query function. Answer, barman.
Can I have a drink, please? Oh, he's not a very good barman.
What happens
Query,
if I start walking behind the... sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
He just like he's apparently a little slow to respond. Like, you know, he doesn't have that much bandwidth.
I'd like to
Query.
order a drink, please.
Query, drink, answer. We have ales and wine. What would you like?
I would like to order a Who Crafted You?
Unfortunately, we do not have that in stock. Please choose another option.
Dang. Corey, I thought I figured it out, but I don't think that worked.
So Corey has a magnifying glass and a set of calipers and tools and a few other things, and he's ignoring what the barman's saying, and he's now like inspecting the joints and the mouthpiece. Like, what is it? Is it a speaker? Is it actually producing audio through like a spell?
Give me an investigation check to see what you learn.
Alrighty. I think this is the first time I've been able to use investigation. I got a 17.
Cool. You'll learn a couple of things. This is of a very intricate make, and it's hard to tell who actually did this. This is a certain type of creation that you haven't seen before. Maybe the executioner, the large robot, if I can call it that, near the market square with the really way too big weapon. Is kind of like this, but then again, it's not. It's definitely a different make. It's the same kind of intricacy, but it's not by the same maker. You've never seen something like this before. Well, you've seen something like this before, but you haven't seen something this detailed. Like the voice itself, there's a lot of work to be done there, but it's okay. It definitely looks like an automaton. Like they have not tried to make it look like an actual human, but it looks good. It's hard to tell. As for the question, like where does the sound come from and whatnot, it seems to be mechanically produced.
Well, I know that you don't have a name for yourself, but we came through a fake wall to get here, and so why don't you go by Wally?
Suggestion accepted.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Wally. Can I just have a water, please?
Query, water. Answer. Unfortunately, we are currently out of water. Can I give you something else?
Oh, do you have anything that's not alcoholic that is yummy?
Query, non-alcoholic. Answer. We have a fine selection of coffee and some other things.
Oh, do you have any tea?
Query, tea. Answer. Unfortunately, we do not have that in stock. Please select one of the other beverages.
Okay, I'll get coffee with a little bit of honey and maybe some like sweetener and like a little bit of milk. It's okay if it's like oat milk or almond milk or soy milk or goat's milk or cow's milk or yak's milk. Really, just any kind of milk inside of my coffee, and I will get an extra large with just a little bit of a whip on top. Thank you.
You see it like process that for a second, and then it starts to work for you. It puts down a mug of coffee. It pours in a little bit of milk, and without saying anything, and then it picks up what seems to be mead, which is the closest thing to honey that he has, and he pours a drop of that into your coffee. I have no idea if that's even tasty, but that's what you're getting.
Okay, that's pretty close to what I asked for. Thank you. Thank you, Wally.
Brian, could you keep an eye out?
Briar's already scanning the entire bar, just kind of watching everybody, seeing if she recognizes any other faces while she's here.
Yeah, you do see one more. There's a decidedly rat-like creature over here. Seems to be Jerry.
Yeah, I clocked Jerry on the way in here.
Great.
So, depending on how much time they have, he's basically using his tools to prepare and cast the identify ritual. And he's looking for any components of Wally that look of an arcane nature, specifically something that would be attached to the voice box, the head, anything that is like computational in origin.
I'll allow that, like he's preparing to drink and whatnot. He's currently not really minding you. You will find that the anything computational that I can think about which sort of like might pique your interest is the way this thing is powered. Someone else has apparently also learned that you can power things through delirium, and there's a delirium shard in here.
Nice. So, without doing anything that would obviously compromise it, he's basically going to try to study it and understand how it's integrated in, just for more like future ways that he uses his in the future. So,
sure,
not looking for anything specific at this point.
Sure. The barman remains silent, waiting for inputs.
You guys order whatever you like. It's on me or something.
Oh, by all means, if it's on him. What's your strongest ale?
We have one ale. It is the strongest.
I'll take an ale.
Yes. And it starts to work, and it creates, like from the tap, it just pulls a good ale, it seems, and it puts it in front of you.
Thank you kindly. She's gonna take her glass of ale and just take a little sip.
Wally, I feel like you and me are going to be good friends.
What does he have that's holding the milk?
That is a jug.
Okay, so Corey goes ahead and pours himself a glass of milk.
Sure.
And while he's still like inspecting.
All right, well, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Do you answer any other questions beyond bar-related things?
Query. Other job questions? Answer. Yes.
All right, I see. Monkey's paw kind of deal. Got it.
This automaton is riveting.
I get it. Actually, it's screwing. It's not made of rivets. Close enough. Good thoughts.
Oh, thanks. I'm working on it. All right. Well, let's go say hi to the queen. Oh, hey, look, Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
As you walk away, you say, let's go say hi to the queen. You see that it reacts to that. Visitors of the queen must answer riddle before
Ooh.
being allowed through.
That's fun.
No, we were invited. But what riddle?
As you ask what riddle, you see that the automatron starts to move behind the counter, and he starts to put a couple of beverages onto the counter. And it says, "The Queen of Thieves bids anyone who seek an audience drink to her true name." As he sets down the drinks, you notice that he's putting down a bottle of red wine, a cask of yellow mead, a jug of white milk, a pot of black coffee, and 3 empty drinking cups for you. Then the barman speaks again. "It is a drink more pure than water and more deadly than poison. When you finish your drink, it fills your cup, but you'll die if it's all you have to drink."
Can you repeat that, please?
I figured as much. You need to know the drinks?
I'm gonna need to open a text document is what I need to do.
Do that for a second and I'll give you everything.
Red wine, yellow mead, white milk, and black
And
coffee.
also, correct, but it's a bottle of red milk. Sorry,
yes.
red milk. That's not good. A bottle of red wine, a cask of yellow mead, a jug of white milk, and a pot of black coffee, as well as 3 empty drinking cups. You got that?
I did, yeah.
Okay. And then the barman said again, "It is a drink more pure than water and more deadly than poison. When you finish your drink, it fills your cup, but you'll die if it is all you have to drink."
When you finish, it fills your cup. More deadly than poison. Are these the only options?
He remains silent.
So if we were invited, does that come with the answer?
Are you here for an audience?
I'm gonna look over. What are Lies and Deceit doing over in the corner?
Oh,
It seems like they're just enjoying a drink.
well, Wally, if I were to die from drinking something, then I could probably only die from drinking nothing. And so I think that the answer that's more pure than water and more deadly than poison, and that already fills your cup even if it's empty, is either something like emptiness, or like nothingness, or like air, or maybe like milk. Oh wait, no, not that one. Or something that's like empty space and nothingness. That's my guess.
He looks at you as you say that. He says, "You do not drink in the Queen's name."
Well, I tried.
It was a question, by the way. It's hard to like vocalize that in a monotone voice, but it was a question.
Hey, I like where you're going with this. No, we don't. That's
No,
right. I think you're onto something.
I don't think we drink anything.
I
Then you
pick
may
up the empty
pass.
cup.
If that is your choice, you may pass. And he points his hand towards the hallway that is a little further down to the east. You can see a greenish gas emanating from that hallway.
Okay. I take the cup with me. I take the cup off
Sure.
the counter and carry it with me.
He will let you do that.
Okay. Oh, Corey, before we go see the queen, do you want to say hi to your friend?
Yeah, I think I'll have a word with Jerry. Hey there, Jerry. How you doing?
Hey, Corey. What are you doing down here?
He holds the cup of milk that he had as well, and he says, "Hey, Jerry, I just got a drink from the barman. You want it?"
Yeah, sure. I I'm not the biggest one for milk, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, he was asking all these questions about a riddle or whatever. So I said, sure, yeah, I'll take some milk. Here
Sure.
you go.
You didn't drink it already, did you?
No, of course not.
Great. Also, just above table, you already took a sip of it, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You're totally
100%.
bullshitting him. Because of course.
Yeah.
As he takes it, like Jerry will notice that there's like a cat hair on the rim. Huh, typical. And he like gulps it.
Hey, anyway, I was just saying, just seeing how you're doing. Looks like you're moving up in the world around here. What is this, like the private club?
Moving down, I guess. Like I'm still underground.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jerry. Last time I met you were, what did the guards say? The gutter snipes we were?
Yeah,
Couple
well,
of gutter snipes.
you know, I'm currently working as, well, let's say as a diplomat. It's important work.
Really? Who are you diplomatizing?
Well, the Queen, for one. This is why I'm here. Whenever she needs me, I can be close by. And, of course, the Prince.
The Prince.
Yeah, the Rat Prince. You know of him, right?
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, we
Why wouldn't he
raided a
be?
little scoundrel down in the under the Rat's Nest Inn. I remember that. Yeah, little bastard was trying to eat somebody alive.
Oh, yeah, I think he was trying to eat us too.
He is royal.
Yeah, royalty don't mean you can be a. Well, I guess it wouldn't be exactly a cannibal.
Nah, but someone told him that he could eat cake and he didn't have that, so apparently you are the next best thing.
Yeah, well, how come you ain't been on the menu?
Hello? He opens his jacket a little bit. I'm one of them.
Yeah, we were down there. I'm pretty sure they eat rather rats too.
Yeah, well, there's the reason why I live over here and not over there. Yeah. But he's doing great. Moved into the inner city as well.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? Did he get through one of the gates?
I don't know how he got there, but he said that there were a couple of people that broke into his place and like they ransacked everything. And
Oh, that was us.
oh, well,
Yeah,
that
we
explains it. He didn't like that.
Well, he made the wise decision. He worked with us in the end again instead of against us. So, well, it's been interesting catching up and learning about the goings on. What is he doing at this table? Is it like he played cards or just drinking or?
He's just drinking. There are a couple of cards on the table, but he's not actively playing with them.
Well, it was nice catching up, Jerry. I'm sure you'll let us know of
What are
any
you
other
doing here?
goings on.
You're here for the Queen?
Something just fell. Yeah, we actually were personally invited. We decisively won a victory in the fighting pits against 5 champions. All 3 of us, completely unscathed. We took them all out.
You see Jerry like thinking like, aren't all victories won? Never mind. Wow, that's really you, Corey, to win. That's wow.
Yeah, well, they pitted us against a couple of chumps. I mean, they said they were the champions and they were like supposed to be these big deal. What were they called? Like the God, I can't even remember them. That's how forgettable they were. But anyway, so yeah, we were invited to speak to the Queen, and we're probably gonna be doing some business with her pretty soon. If you ever need an ear with the Queen, well, I could probably do you a favor.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, she's through the hallway. You did take your drink, right?
You just drank my drink.
Oh. Okay. Well, as long as you stay safe, like the hallway and whatnot, it's like it's a rite of passage. It's a thing when you visit first time and all that.
What kind of rite of passage? I mean, we were invited, so like, just give us the inside scoop.
Not unless I want to keep my head. So no, you have to do this one yourself, Corey.
I won't tell anyone, Jerry. Come on, you and me go way back.
Yeah, you told that the last time, and look where I ended up. We were a team, and now we're not. guess who won and who didn't?
Well, yeah, we were. What do you mean we were a team? Once a crew, always a crew. Come on.
We were gonna we were gonna like start up a shop and sell like, you know, bits and bobs and act like it's all magical and then fool people and get a lot of money. You probably didn't get around to do that either, but that was our idea, Corey.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes ideas change. Sometimes people change. You know.
I guess so. Well, I won't keep you up. You're apparently important now, so you should go and visit the Queen.
I won't forget who my friends were, Jerry. I won't forget who my friends were. As he walks away.
Where was he again?
Under his breath to Briar, you hear, "Screw that guy."
Ouch. And usually I'm the cold-hearted one.
Cold-hearted one. Did you hear him? He ain't even gonna tell us how to, you know, the rite of passage or whatever. Hey, Bozette.
Oh, hey, look, they made it, Lice. Oh, they did indeed deceive. They are very smart. Yes, more than I thought. Indeed. Hello.
We are very smart. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, I had a question for you guys. We made our way down the hallway, but then when we got here, you were already here. So I was just wondering, how did you get here so fast?
Oh, we have our ways. Yes, indeed we do. Don't we, Boogie? And the bald man looks very slowly up. Oh, yes, we do. So you're here, huh? For your audience.
Yeah, why didn't you guys tell us about Suazilla back there?
We have security measures in place because we don't want anyone snooping around. You didn't ask about any security measures to lies and deceits.
You were bringing us to the Queen. We just beat your stupid fighting ring.
Yes, and you're here now, aren't you? Won the championship, so you're good enough to, you know, bypass a single crocodile.
Yeah, well, after we get done with the Queen in here, we're going back and disabling all your security measures, killing your stupid gator, and I imagine Petro pulls him back at that point.
Yeah, Petro elbows him at that point and be like, "We're not gonna kill the gator. That'd be mean."
It's... Fine, whatever. You guys are very dishonest. And he points at lies and deceit.
Yes, we are. Indeed, we are. Yes,
it's a very big surprise to us.
Yeah, we trusted you, lies and deceit. We trusted you.
You would trust somebody named Lies and Deceit.
Hey.
Yeah, what?
You see, our wonderful audience, sometimes the story just writes itself.
You tricked me, trickster.
Oh, tricks to God, how you tricked me.
I look at Boogie and
Yes.
I just say to him like, so I think either you or my friend Briar shot the bad person in the ring.
I did, yes.
And I know that was a difficult moment for everybody. But you know, I think you probably did the right thing. That person was really, really mean. Do you have any idea why they wanted to kill us so badly?
They probably felt like you tried to pull one over on them. It happens. It's the unfortunate truth when you're working with rabble like that.
Sorry.
Oh, are they playing sports on stage on over there? Oh, never mind.
It's like they're playing a game over there behind us.
Yes, the rows of a tavern can be annoying.
Ignore me.
I sense a clip.
Oh God, yeah, fine. I'll clip it. Damn it. I just want to be gone. Anyway, yeah, sure. Something about, well, I wasn't paying attention. What are you guys talking about?
I was just asking him about the person in the ring that he had to shoot because they killed Bull and they were using poison to attack people and being really mean to everybody. And I thought, well, geez, it's kind of dumb to be that mad about something and to the point where you want to kill them. And if we had just maybe talked about it, then maybe everything would have been okay. I
understand, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. the solution has come to light and the issue is resolved in a mutual satisfaction. That's what counts, right?
Is Bull gonna be okay?
Bull will be all right.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yes.
He seemed nice.
Yes, Bull is very nice.
Okay. Well, anyway, this conversation's going great, but we're gonna go visit the Queen now.
Yeah, we're gonna go down. Is that hallway green?
Yeah, there's like green smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, so Liza and the Seed look at each other and they say in a hushed voice, but in such a tone that you can definitely hear. Like it almost doesn't sound like they're trying to hide it from you. And also, they didn't drink a cup. They didn't drink a cup, Lies. That's correct, Deceit. They didn't pick anything except the cat. He drank milk. Yes, indeed he did. An interesting choice. An interesting choice indeed, Deceit.
Well, I was drinking milk before we. Yeah, I drank milk. Sure.
Above table, I did take the empty cup. Right.
I know, but
Okay,
but you also
Yeah.
sipped from the milk, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I definitely drank it. I not to point fingers, but some people drink from ale as well, and coffee and milk. And
Yes, they did.
Yeah, thanks for
Anywho.
hearing them say like they didn't drink anything. He looks down at his empty cup and he's like, and he attempts to drink from his empty cup.
They're attempting to fool us by acting like they're drinking. Deceit. I do like that. That is pure deceiving. Yes, indeed, it is deceit. I like that. I do.
Oh yeah,
as well.
that was definitely being deceitful and not me lacking an understanding of the riddle. That's for sure.
Oh, now they're being honest about it. That's unfortunate deceit. Yes, indeed, it is, Lies.
Okay, they seem to be.
You guys
in
are weird.
Opposite world.
You have no idea how hard that is to keep that up for like an extended period of time.
Scout it out.
So-
And he go ahead.
So as you're standing in front of this hallway, yeah, you noticed it yourself. The hallway seems to be filled with this greenish kind of gas that, as far as you can tell, is permeating this entire hallway. You start to understand why there was a question with a drink involved. Have you made the right choice or not? Are you going to go down this hallway?
Yeah, you scout it out, and he throws down the cup that has legs. And if it's been less than an hour, the cup still exists.
It will skitter down the. As a matter of fact, let me grab that token. Like it is still on this map.
Yeah.
Um,
I already have something in mind for this, but go ahead.
It's coming over. Zoomies. And there it is. Go ahead.
So I imagine because it's it's immune to poison. Unless something else happens, it walks partway in, turns and just sort of does like a three-legged shrug. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, so the cannon is not affected at all.
Ah, crap. Petro, how are
guys,
you with gas?
Guys, I'll go first. Just pull me out if anything goes wrong. But before I go, can we have a little talk? Because we all almost died yesterday, and I don't think we've really processed that yet.
You'll be fine, Petro. And he starts to like push him forward.
I guess what I want to say is, when we get back to the surface, I think I need to go back to Camp Dawn, partly because I'm infected and I don't feel great, and I think that I need to get this contamination gotten rid of for, I believe, the third, maybe the fourth time now. I'm really getting used to being nauseous. And also yesterday we almost died for trying to resist a kidnapping, and I feel like that's a little bit ridiculous. And also, I feel like these people are mostly nice on an individual basis, but there seem to be a lot of systemic issues in their society that probably need to be addressed by some sort of leadership change or just a general understanding of our fellow neighbor. But those aren't really things that I can fix. And so I've been thinking about it a lot. And I just think that maybe I need a little bit of a break.
It's totally fine. We can take a day off. We can take a day off, go back to the camp and and just figure things out. I totally get you, Petro.
Okay, I might need a little more than a day, but maybe after this, after we get back to the surface, we can go back to Camp Dawn, and we can talk about it more there.
Okay.
I honestly want to give you DM inspiration for it. Like, that came out so freaking fluently. You did not read that off a card. You get DM inspiration for that. That is awesome.
Aw, thank you.
That should help you versus the poison.
I mean, you don't know. So what are you guys going to do?
Tie a rope around Petro's ankle.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea, Corey.
All right.
Are you going to be able to pull me? I'm pretty big.
All right, Briar. 5 gold says he makes it 5 feet.
Not betting on Petro.
I mean, I feel like they said it was like a rite of passage.
Okay,
like,
guys, here I go.
Oh, Lord.
Pedro, you step into the hallway, and as you intermingle with the gas, you can walk a little further if you want. As you intermingle with the gas, you indeed start to feel a little woozy. You've drank an interesting combination cocktail of 3 things that you so ordered. There's a reason why I give you the DM.
Right, I forgot about the cocktail, the coffee.
You can roll me a D20.
Oh,
but it's gonna have to be the natural 20.
Oh my god, really?
Mm-hmm.
Boy. All right, here we go. It is a 7, which I don't think is a natural 20, but maybe I'm mistaken.
It's a lucky 7. But you fall in a blissful slumber.
Okay, so Petra falls over.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, no.
well, he made it more than 5 feet. See, this is why you bet on these things. You would have won.
No. No, Corey.
Well, here, you take this end of the rope. I'll take the other, and let's start pulling.
All right, and she's going to help pull the rope with Corey.
I guess we find a table. Oh God, this ladder back there. Here, hang on. And he runs up and grabs a stool and throws it down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically just gonna try to make Petro as comfortable as he can.
Are you gonna like try and pep him up a bit as well?
No, I was gonna try to. I don't think we can carry him upstairs or ladder.
No,
but like now that he's here, are you gonna like slap him across the face, do a bit of water in his face like that?
Sure, yeah. They didn't have any water over there, so yeah, I'll grab the nearest drink and.
Sure. As you guys are going to try to wake him up a little bit, that might take a little while, so we might as well take our break right now.
Come on, buddy.
I was looking for a way to put it in.
Wake up.
Love it.
Wake up.
All right. We're going to take our break very quickly. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go away. If you are listening to our podcast or watching our YouTube, it will be like within a second, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, everyone's in their natural places now.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, I could almost roleplay Petro for a second. That was fun.
That's too bad. I want to see the DM Barry version of Petro.
I want to see Petro doing DMing. You all get extra good stuff, and no one gets hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah, and honestly, the other way around would be something along the lines of, "Oh, I think I actually know how our story is going to develop. I think I know what my ultimate goal is, and yours. But I think it's best not to tell you yet because that would take away from the experience. So let's just move on."
Yes, he gains omnipotence, but he wants to be nice about it.
Oh my God! I hear Petro's voice in my head.
What is this?
Love it. Love it.
All right. So before I break, our friends have found the Under Tavern, also known as the bar of the Queen of Thieves, where they are going to have an audience with the Queen. They had a little drink and a little riddle that they think they solved. And they are now going to walk through a hallway filled with green gas, because nothing wrong can come of that, right? But before they tried it by basically ushering Petra, like, you go first. And Petra actually succumbed to either the gas or the drink he had, something like that. And Briar and Corey pulled him back, put him on a stool, and slapped his face around a couple of times. Pulled a drink in his face. Petro, as you wake up from that, I think you wake up violently disconnecting with your drink as you throw up your coffee. Corey, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
What?
I cast
Briar's already
shield
moved out of the way.
magic.
She saw him get pale.
All right, a dex saving throw, you say?
Yes.
I got a 24.
You barely jump out of the way
Barely?
as like a
I'm just
flavor.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Please ignore me. I'm comfortable with the results.
And a splatter of black coffee hits the ground. You notice that a couple of people around you erupt in laughter as this happens.
What the? Oh, Petro, you got it on my shoes.
Oh yeah, I think I made it. I think I made it to the other side. We're in the bar
to the
still.
other side, Petro.
Okay.
You passed out halfway through.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I was so confident in my first step, and then my second step, and then I don't really remember anything after that actually.
You fell over.
Anyway. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, look, I'm glad that you guys had tied that rope around my leg. Okay. Here we go. Let's try it again.
Whoa, Petro,
Hold
you
up,
just
hold
fell
up.
over.
One of the thugs approaches you and laughs as he slaps Petro on the shoulder, and he says, "Difficult for the first time, innit?" Yeah, we all make the same mistake.
Oh, what mistake is that?
Well, I can't technically tell you, but let's say that you couldn't hold your drink, you know?
Oh,
And he leans against the wall to look what you guys are going to do next.
so I need to hold my drink like this, very prominently, and then I can get through.
No, I think you can leave your drinks, Petro.
He picks up the empty cup anyway. Okay.
Crap. Hey, we drank too, Brian.
I'm gonna go ahead and step through.
Brian, you
Okay.
Do you want a rope around your leg?
Sure, Petro.
Yeah,
Okay.
here.
I'll pull you back if there's any sign of danger, because I don't want anything to happen to you.
All right.
Hey, Petro, how much you want to bet she only goes 5 feet?
I'm not betting you. That's rude.
Neither you guys.
Right as soon as Corey says that, her tail is just thwapping him in the back of the head. It's not even a thinking about it. It's just immediate.
It's just become a reaction at this point.
Yep.
And like as soon as Briar gets even close to the fog, Petro's gonna like pull on the rope a little bit and be like, "Ah, careful, Briar, careful!" He's like worried about her.
She just kind of like hunched over and just looks back at Petro. Just, you can let it loose a little bit more, Petro.
Okay,
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry. I just don't want anything to happen to you.
I'll be all right. I've had worse.
Okay, I'm sorry. I trust you. Okay.
And she's gonna step into the gas.
As you step in, you notice nothing.
Oh,
You don't smell anything. You don't feel anything. It looks annoying, the gas around you, but beyond that, it's just a hallway, it seems.
Interesting. Very interesting.
well, what's it taste like?
I don't really taste or smell anything.
It looks lemon lime flavored.
If I knew what lemon lime tasted like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't taste like air.
Lemon lime probably tastes like lemons and limes.
All right, I'm fine now.
Corey's gonna climb up Petro's shoulder and just say, "It must have been that you like drank like 4 different drinks at once, Petro. You that's probably it. I guess let's just follow Brian."
Okay, let's go, buddy. You riding on my shoulders?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
She just has like a little rope tied around her waist. It feels like a little baby leash on her.
I love that. As you step into the green gas, you have Corey on your shoulder. Corey, you drank a sip of milk, and
I definitely did.
as you walk into this mist, you start to feel a little queasy, and you fall asleep on Petro's shoulder like the little kitty that you are.
Oh, so cute.
Claws dug into the leather like shoulder pads underneath his armor.
Briar, Corey fell asleep. Do you think we should go back, or do you think I should just let him nap?
Let's let him nap for now. This is quite refreshing, not hearing him just yap on over and over. I'm quite enjoying this.
Okay.
All right, let's go, Petra.
You just hear him mumble, easy mark.
Mommy, I don't want to go to school. The other boys make fun of me.
Jerry took my coins again.
He doesn't shut up in his sleep either. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Fester's just like patting him, like, okay, buddy, okay.
As you reach the other side of the hallway, you see a rather large room in a second. There we go. The room itself seems to be, let me carve out the entire thing because I missed a couple spots. There you are. The room itself seems to be another old part of the sewer. The sewer itself is also very much like the bar itself was made onto the sides of the sewer. This room, although it's hard to say what it actually served as a purpose, you see multiple pipes that are sticking out of crevices on the side of this room that are plugged in, so they can't apparently release any fluids anymore. But it does give that air of like you're still very much in the sewers. There's a lot of people here, like really a lot of people. I've spared the room with the amount of tokens because it just looks horrible if there's just tokens all around, but there's like easily 50 to 100 people here. There's a bit of talking here and there, but it's mostly very quiet. At the end of the room, you notice that there is a bit of a makeshift balcony. There's a couple of stone steps leading up, and in a half-round podium, there are two large candles, in between which there is a nicely decorated chair, made of mahogany wood and with a plush seating. Seated on top of that is a very interesting looking person. The woman that is sitting there is wearing very pretty garments. It seems like red velvet combined with black and brown leather. You see that she is sporting one of those hats that you'd also see in the Musketeers, but also made of red velvet and a black feather. But curiously, she is also sporting a bit of a mask. It seems that the Queen of Thieves is currently in court. She is sitting on her throne. As you're coming in, you see, or actually feel, that she knows that you're there. And she looks towards the back of the room, towards you, very much so. And she beckons you. Hello. Come on in. We've been expecting you. Very smart. Very smart indeed. Approach.
How much of the room is looking at us when we enter?
About half.
Okay.
Petro, go ahead and wake up Corey.
Oh, hey, buddy. I've got some people for you to fleece.
A bunch of suckers. What?
We made it to the throne room. We're gonna go talk to the queen now.
Huh? When are we? Are we in the Ember? Are we back in Emberwood?
You did great in the tunnel, Corey. You did great. You just needed a little bit nap after.
Okay. Wake me up later.
Oh, okay.
5 more minutes.
Oh, okay. And then I proceed to walk toward the through the middle of the room toward the balcony.
Right.
And I also peek down into whatever this grate is on the ground while I'm going past that.
It seems like there's a large just metal plate on the ground. It has a bit of a grating in it, but the grating itself on the bottom side has been supplemented with another plate against it, almost to lock it or solder it close. There's nothing that you can see below.
Okay, I walk over it then. Oh boy, so many guards.
A couple of people do make a bit of a sort of a barrier, so you can't get too close, apparently.
We seek an audience with the queen.
You sought and you found. You are here, Petro.
Oh, you know my name.
Well, of course I do. But do you know mine? That's the question, isn't it?
I sure do. You are the Queen of Thieves.
Indeed I am. Very smart. How's Corey doing? Figured that he had a... Go ahead.
Ponzi scheme.
Oh, he smoked. I mean, he breathed too much of the green smoke in the hallway.
A rite of passage is what a lot of call it. I like to join in with that. I amuse myself. Briar, I see too. Hello.
Greetings.
She rubs her chin a little bit and she says, "It's I'm not one for formalities, but it is my queen at the end of your sentence, or your highness. I'll accept both."
Briar's just gonna kind of clench her jaw slightly and just, of course, my apologies, your highness.
Wonderful. Such a quick learner. So you sought an audience and you found me. Now what is it you want to discuss?
Hey, Petro, are these guys real or am I still dreaming?
Oh, I think they're real. You know, it's really hard to tell sometimes because there's so many fake people. But I think these guys are real. And also the queen wants to know what we want from her or what we want to discuss. And I hadn't thought that far ahead yet.
What you got?
What I got?
Yeah, your majesty or whatever.
Man.
She's just gonna kind of eye Corey, just don't disrespect her.
Well, she said we want something from her. I don't know what she's had. You know, I don't know what she got.
Disrespect her.
I ain't disrespecting her. She's a potential client. Of course I'm not going to disrespect her.
Well, your highness, we just wanted to say hello, first of all, and point out that it was rude of us to get kidnapped, or rude of whoever kidnapped us to get kidnapped. But also, everybody down here has been mostly pretty nice. And even if we don't see eye to eye on the way that we think that a decent society should run in every little facet, it was still quite nice to meet all of your people. And as I've been saying to so many people who listen to not enough degrees, but every once... Oh, there's a direwolf back here. Every once in a while...
It's a dog.
I think that we're going to have to look past our differences if we're ever going to save Drakkenheim. And wow, that direwolf has a lot of energy. And I will finish my speech later because I have to deal with this.
So we did a couple of jobs for Mel, I believe, on your behalf. Unless you know, I assume you basically, you know, you run things. You run a pretty tight ship down here. Your queenliness.
I would imagine so. Go on. You haven't asked your question yet.
Yeah. Well.
As she's talking to you, by the way, you notice that from a staircase, Blackjack Mel enters, gives a bow to the queen, and then stands just like slightly behind her.
Yeah, as I was saying, we did been a long nap. We did a couple of jobs for Mel over there. He can vouch for our effectiveness. And we was wondering if, you know, we could move on to bigger and better and more useful matters. You've seen the level of capability that our little group of, let's call it treasure seekers, adventure seekers, whatever we consider, you know, mercenaries, have been able to do. I think we could be mutually beneficial arrangement.
Interesting. You have been busy around Drakkenheim, so I've heard. To address the first things first, the little scrap that happened in Sneaky McGee's is very unfortunate. I'm willing to extend my apologies to you for our side of things. Sometimes things get a little rash. People are full of energy. You know, Drakkenheim does that to people, and you know, sometimes things take a turn for the worst. I'm glad that everyone came out relatively unscathed, and I would address the matter as resolved. I'm sure that you do too.
Oh, can I ask why were they gonna kidnap us in the first place? Because we didn't really want to go in there wanting to burn their bar down. It was more just that they were gonna capture us, and we did that as a way to try to escape from them.
Oh, there is so much that we do have to discuss, but I'll limit it to the most important parts. As she says that, she stands up and she takes one step forward. Let me first tell you a little bit about my vision for Drakkenheim. When the meteor came down 15 years ago, everyone saw terror and chaos in the streets. I did too. But after the chaos, the death and the destruction, comes a void. And that void needs a helping hand. The city is still here, bruised, damaged, but it's here. And a lot of people are vying over the power of this ruined city. Some people want to use the momentum of this situation for their own benefit. The Amethyst Academy, for example, is considering to turn Drakkenheim into a large science fair. They have no interest in saving the people. All they care about is delirium. You must have noticed. That's all they care about, really. Then we have the Hooded Lanterns. Their fight is noble. They're the people from here. But unfortunately, it is misguided the way that they approach things here. I understand trying to take back what was once yours, but the situation has changed and their numbers are dwindling. In keeping their vision as it is right now, they will never be able to take it along. I pity that for them. Then there is this group of people that see the meteor as nothing more than a divine sign, something that would require a pilgrimage and more. I put little faith in that. Unfortunately, there are some others as well. But the point is, everyone tries to get something from the city. And this is where I came in. I don't want anything from Drakkenheim. Drakkenheim has given me so much already. I want to give back to Drakkenheim. I want to give Drakkenheim back to the people that deserve Drakkenheim, the people itself. Now make no mistake, that is not what some of the others want. The closest would be the Hooded Lanterns, but what are they searching for? They're searching for the royal family to reinstate their tyranny over the people here. Now, I know my title can be deceiving, Queen of Thieves, but I don't want a role as a queen. I want to give back to the people, and I want to make sure that the city is governed in name of the people. Now, because of that, I have to do a lot of things, one of which is keeping an eye on everything that happens in the city, so the plans that I have for the good people of Drakkenheim do go the way that I had foreseen. And then you three came in. And you've been doing some jobs and errands here and there. Mel told me that you have been invaluable in securing a couple of things. And unfortunately, you have also been taking some tasks from the others. I understand. They're minor tasks, nothing too dangerous. But I will say, if you are truly here to work together with me, be it for power, be it for money, or hopefully for the same cause that I have in my mind. Well, seeing as how capable you are, I would be overjoyed to extend to you maybe a form of working together. You probably don't want to join us just yet, but if it is power and more important jobs that you want, oh, well, then you're at the right place. And she looks at you to see your reaction.
I look over to Briar. And I'm like,
Corey just looks incredulous.
I like to think, based on the situation that's happening with Drakkenheim, as the wise words of a friend of mine said, why not put our differences aside and look into working together?
Agreed. That is exactly what I like about the three of you. Where most people just dive in head first, try to steal the riches from Drakkenheim, drive a dagger in the heart of the one next to them for a bit of coin. The three of you have done exceptionally well in choosing the alternative option. You've let people go. You've considered. You've helped. You've collaborated. And that is exactly what I like about you. Ultimately, that collaboration will extend from what I'm currently trying to do to the other that are also trying to get control of Drakkenheim. I simply can't do this by myself. Yet. But the question is, who can we trust and who can we work with?
I'm going to keep an eye on Mel while she's speaking about this, while she's talking about altruism and generosity and, you know, giving back to the people and this, that, and the other and working together. Is he like back there looking almost like smug or like I'm trying to get a beat on whether or not he's nodding along in sincere agreement, or if he's like wow, these suckers are believing every word.
He's being very like stoic, but every once in a while, when she's done talking or when you guys are saying something, he just bends over and whispers something into her ear, almost like advising her or giving her context for something.
Oh.
So, your idea of running these cutthroat gangs that have been a plague on the city, according to a lot of the other organizations around here, you're doing this out of altruism? You're gonna be giving back to the people? Like, how does that? How do you keep everything operating if you give everything away?
Multifaceted question, Corey, as always. But I'll have an answer for you. I'll have all the answers that you want. I wouldn't call it altruism. The people still need to eat. The people still need to be helped, paid. Pure altruism is impossible in this stage of Drakkenheim. But as others call me a plague on this city as well as my gangs, I would say the same to them. Aren't the wizards and sorcerers of the Amethyst Academy a plague on this city? Not trying to save it, but trying to gather as much information as they can on this interesting delirium, this meteor, for their own nigh understandable reasons. Is that not a plague? What about the Paladins? And I know, Petro, I know. I'm not against the Paladins. I'm not one of the faith, and I don't hold much love for any faith. That doesn't mean I disqualify them. But I will say, it is an encroaching army from a different land that has set up a war camp right outside the city gates. They're not varmin by any means, but they are a danger.
No, you're right. I understand how that could be interpreted in a negative way.
The thing is, what is missing here is communication. Everyone does, and no one talks. And that is what I want to turn around. But if I walk up to one of the leaders right now and say, let's parley, they'll have me in the stockades, and my quest over here is over. I need to be careful.
I just figured with your reputation and everything, you'd be playing all the angles. Like, yeah, sure, the aim of this academy ain't exactly the biggest on sharing their research. I know that for a fact.
But
But
they are also trying to find means to get rid of the meteor,
well, yeah, but
based on
also
our understanding.
they got a lot of money and they got a lot of cash, and they probably are willing to pay. Like, I figured you'd be running scams on them or something. I don't know. Like, in the Hood Atlantis, I figure you guys would probably run in circles around them. The followers of the fallen fire. I mean, like, this is an entire city of marks. If you guys are, well, I figured you. No, I got a couple of scruples. I figured you'd plumb a little further depths than I would. But you're here talking about, like, for the people, by the people, give them all the crap. I'm trying to process this.
I understand. Unfortunately, notoriety and getting a name happens quicker than proving what your intentions are. And I won't deny the groups of bandits that are under my command right now do things that I do not always approve of. Sometimes I have to let them happen. I have to let them unfold. Make no mistake, this happens with the others as well. The Hooded Lanterns, they seem pretty straight, but what happens when they run out of food and a scouting party of them finds a bit of it? Will they bring all of it back to the camp, or will they just have a little sample for themselves as well? It's the same thing, really.
Well, I mean, I know that you look at the Paladins as an invading army, and I know that you look at the Amethyst Academy as just bad people, but I gotta say, I think at the end of the day, we really all just want the same thing. We want people to be okay, and we want people to stop getting hurt. And I mean, maybe there's different versions of like who's in charge and stuff, but really, we gotta start working together, like you said. And I really like your idea about everybody coming together and talking about things. And I know that maybe some of them would want to arrest you, but I can promise you that I'll put it and at least put in a good word for you, and say, gosh, this person really wants to talk and try to help Drakkenheim and then stop fighting, because I think that would be a good thing too, and I say that on behalf of the Sacred Flame. Actually, wait, no, maybe I don't have the authority to say that, but anyway, I say that on behalf of Petro.
Your pride? Well, no, that would be unfair. Your honesty and your ethics are very true, Petro, and I do appreciate that about you. I understand that you cannot speak for the Silver Order just yet, but sure, if you can relay a message to the Knight Commander, the Knight Captain, I would be very happy. I would be happy to talk with him under certain circumstances. Maybe that would be the first step towards an interesting friendship. When next you see him, tell him that I am interested in starting up cordial relations.
Okay. Can you have your assistant write that down for me? And I look at Mel.
I can. Mel, write that down. And Mel immediately says, yes, Your Highness. I'll be like, and he stumbles off to get a paper.
Miss, in request, I do have, in exchange, I do have one small request.
Ask.
Oh, I know that you go by the Queen of Thieves, but the first step toward trust is knowing somebody's name. And so if I could know your name, that would mean a lot to me.
You can in time. For now, nobody has been granted that privilege. My work, unfortunately, is also dabbling in shadows and secrecy every once in a while. And that works best when no one knows who I am but my title. I understand your curiosity, and it's a quality that I have myself as well. But for now, you're going to have to go with what you know.
Okay, well, your name is Queen of Thieves, so if I shorten that, it kind of sounds like Quoth. So I'll call you Quoth.
Oh, well. As long as you add in Your Highness, I'm fine with it.
Quoth, Your Highness. That sounds good.
I don't know if that would work, Petro. Just never more with that. That was bad, sorry. I mean,
No.
like, I still don't get it. Like, I had this whole plan, this whole scheme we were gonna do. Like, the dwarves are over there, they're mining delirium and other things. I was gonna like set up a deal with them to buy it off of them, and then set up a deal with the academy to sell it to them at like double the price, and then they're gonna pay for it. They're a bunch of suckers. They don't look at those kinds of things. And then work with the academy to set up like a buying some potion kind of scheme. Then you talk to the you go to the Hooded Lanterns and you say, hey, I got potions for you, and you sell it to them at an upcharge. Like this whole scheme with all of the, and you're here talking about giving everything back. I can't. What was the whole thing with stealing the? You guys were trying to steal the rod of something or other from a chapel at one point. I know we got it for you guys, but then your guys picked up the wrong rod. But like, what? What's with all the scams and the shams going on?
What exactly would make you think that this is a scam, that we are in an abandoned temple that nobody's looking at to find a supposed relic for the paladins to give back to them to hope to open cordial relations? What is a scam about that?
I didn't know that's why you were doing it.
We were getting offered a lot of gold by old Blackjack Mel right there. Where did the gold come from if you're just gonna give things away? Like how does that? What's the profit in that?
When the queen says that, can Briar go ahead and make a perception check to just get an indication if she's lying
Sure.
or not about giving back that staff
Sure.
to the?
That's insight, though, right?
Sorry?
That's insight, not perception, correct?
Is it?
It's insight, yes.
Okay. Shit.
You catch Pedro.
Sorry.
No, but it's fair. Yeah.
Okay. And we.
I
roll.
mean, if you have proficiency in perception, then obviously it's perception.
I do have
can
proficiency in
perceive you.
perception. All right.
I mean, you can try perception, but I mean, she's wearing a mask and everything, so.
That is true. Oh, insight it is. Okay.
12. She's hard to pick up on, as you might have guessed.
Dang it. Okay.
So,
She's not gonna say anything, but she's still suspicious.
So what is your question really, Corey? We offered a lot of money for the staff, yes. And
well, yeah. So okay. So I don't know. I just I know you guys already got a diplomat to the rat folk back then. Now, what are you guys looking for? Diplomats to the other? Why do you have a diplomat to the rat prince? Really?
they can prove very useful. Why wouldn't you make relations with them?
I don't know. He tried to eat us the first
He
time.
tried to eat us.
He's
That's a fair point.
kind of crazy.
And then you just dropped and moved on. I seized an opportunity, and now I have a group of very interesting, sometimes maybe disposable creatures at my command that can do certain tasks that others don't want to do.
Yeah, well,
We also spared his life. That was nice of us.
That was very nice of you.
and nice for them. So, I mean, like, what do you want us to be like? What, diplomats talking to all the other, factions to making sure that they work with you or something? I thought we were gonna, I don't know, go in and steal things and be thieves in the night and get I don't know, riches and stuff.
As I said, perception is hard to get rid of. But there is a lot of things that we do. We are planning more advanced strikes in the city to take back what is rightfully of the people. We are trying to establish relations with those around us. And we are trying to recover certain items. And yes, some of those things are a little bit more delicate than others, but it all comes down to what you want to do for your queen.
Well, I mean,
I would assume, if you don't mind me bumping it a little bit, Your Highness, wouldn't the main concern mean just reclaiming the city? and then rebuild it from the ground up after
Yes.
getting rid of said meteor? Because that is still the most pressing matter.
That is indeed a pressing matter. But don't forget that in the rush to find a solution to this meteor problem that we have in the city, some people will seize the moment to turn the tables in their favor. And the last thing we want is to have someone take the reins that shouldn't take those reins. I'm trying to secure both at the same time.
And who is it that you don't want to take over the reins, Your Highness?
Well, the Amethyst Academy, for one. They have nothing but bad intentions for the city.
Do you know that for sure?
Why would I say it otherwise?
Maybe
Yeah.
not all of the Amethyst Academy is
No, I mean,
interested.
he
in
is
that.
actually she is actually, she got a point right there. Like yeah, I think we can work with them. They can especially get, you know, if they have special tools and other things that we can use to study the media. But like you don't want them, you don't want them setting up shop. They're gonna kick everyone out.
Queen, I have a question. If everybody, you know, gets together and fixes Drakkenheim, and everybody sings Kumbaya and all those good things, and everything's looking great, who would you want to be in charge of the new Drakkenheim?
It will have to be more than just one person. I would like to see a council. I would very much like to be in that council. But I don't want to give it to one person. We've had a kingdom like that for hundreds of years, and it's time for a fresh approach.
Okay. To be honest, your system of government sounds pretty reasonable. I will definitely deliver this letter and put in a good word for you.
I appreciate that, Petro. Other than that, I might have some work for you if you are interested. And as luck would have it, it is actually something rewarding, but tricky. I hope you are up for that if you'd like.
Oh, what do you got? What kind of tricky are we talking? Are you talking about like going into the castle? 'Cause that would be scary. I don't know. That place seems pretty imposing.
It's very difficult to get even near the castle from what I understand, let alone getting inside of it. This would require a little bit more preparation. But before we get there, one thing that my people need are potions. We are running dangerously low on them. We're getting some supplies from Oscar Jorn, but not much because he is almost exclusively delivering to the Hooded Lanterns.
Not
As
only
much
that,
as I... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, not only that, he's also he's working on some other projects in his spare time. So like, we're trying to help him to finish some of his work. If we were able to help him finish that work, maybe he would have more time to focus on potion making, and whoever was buying from him would have a better time of it.
I've learned of another thing. The Amethyst Academy wants to murder Oscar Jorn for his research.
I wouldn't say murder. I mean,
Oh.
I don't think they would mind if he was
Come
dead.
on, Corey. Don't be coy with me. You know how the Amethyst Academy works. They want his
Yeah.
research. Now, where is his research? On paper? Maybe. But he probably has a lot of it right in here. And the Amethyst Academy is not beyond pulling someone's brain out to learn exactly what he knows. And they will. He's already been outcast by the Academy. He's no longer part of them. They have no use for him, and they don't trust him. What do you think they do? Bring him in as a hero? No. They'll drop him in a cell, they'll kill him, and they'll take his research. I don't want that for someone who has left on good terms. He had a reason to leave. He wanted to help the people of Drakkenheim. And what a coincidence. That's exactly what I want. I want to work together with Oscar Jorn. I want him here. And I want you to get him for me.
All right. So you know how the academy works, right? They're going to be like, I'm going to help you. I'm going to make everything better for you. But they're really doing it for themselves because they're doing the studies. And yeah, as a byproduct, sometimes someone gets helped. think about Oscar Yorn kind of like that. Like, we've been to visit him. He's got a couple of corpses in his well, pretty much everywhere. Actually walking around upstairs.
He had a lot of corpses, yeah.
They
weren't even like hiding in his closet. They were pretty out in the open.
He was asking for Petro's blood. This guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got bad vibes working with him. Or around him.
He's got pretty strange methods from what I understand, and that might be one of the reasons why he has been kicked out of the academy in the first place. Still, his work proves fruitful. His potions seem to work against the haze, and it's exactly what we need in larger quantities to be able to take back the city. I can live with him being a little quirky.
I got a counter proposition for you. Go ahead, Petro.
Oh, I was just going to say that Oscar might be interested in the fact that the Academy is trying to kill him, because I don't think he wants to move from where he currently is. But if we told him that he's going to get killed if he doesn't move in with somebody, whether it's here or one of the other factions, ideally here, as like Petra looks at the queen,
and around at the thugs.
yeah, well, ideally here, obviously, but I don't know if he knows that the Academy wants to kill him, and so maybe if he knew that, he would, seek refuge.
So I got a proposition for you. I ain't too bad at the mechanical design kind of things. Like, look at this, and he holds up the teacup that is still like sort of, it's just doing a little dance on his arm now. Now, I ain't gonna say that I can make the potions that he can make. Obviously, he's been studying, he's been doing his thing. But if I can observe, if I can get this guy's secrets for myself, if I can figure it out, I think I might be able to work with you guys in, I mean, like you said, help the city, spread a little knowledge, make a couple of potions. Maybe, I don't know if you have anyone who's good at alchemy in your labs, but maybe we can make a deal.
What is it exactly you want as a reward?
Well, I mean, expertise don't come cheap these days. I'm not thinking in terms of gold or, titles or anything like that, but there's a few things in that city. Like your barman back there. I'd like to, know more about the creation of that automaton, and B...
His name is Wally.
Yeah, Wally. And B, what kind of information do you have on the executioner?
The execution of Oscar, you mean?
The executioner. The robot in Slaughterstone Square.
With the executioner, I can be very brief. I know precious little, but I do know something. It's an older creation that's been in the city for longer than you and me have been alive. I know not a lot about who its creator is, but I have a hunch.
If you can get me information on that beautiful creation and get me the information on its creation, I'll see what I can do for you about the potions.
I can ask around if there's more information on the executioner for you. But I have the feeling that the previous Archmage of the city might have something to do with its creation. I'll ask around for you, and I'll know a name next time we visit.
Well then, I believe I'm at your service, Your Majesty.
Do you speak for your friends?
Oh, no.
No, we've been pulling odd jobs, doing things here and there, all for the betterment of the city, of course. And I don't think they'd be against, at least hearing you out, what kind of jobs you'd got in mind. And if it's not out of our way to for me to pick up a thing or two from Oscar, I don't think that would be not of help to you.
Don't get me wrong. I want you to pick up Oscar, not his tools. You can bring him along, but I want Oscar here. I want him safeguarded from the academy, and I want to give him a full room to work with. Safe, secure, with people that actually give a damn about it.
How accommodating are you to zombified trolls or ogres?
I'm sure you can handle those, can't you?
Oh, so you're telling me that I should them?
They're zombies. What are you going to do? Save them?
I don't know. I think he'd bring them along like a goldfish or something.
If he can, and he can keep them under control by any means. More muscle is more muscle. If they can't, he's going to have to let them go.
As between you two.
Sure. And between you and him, because he has to actually take them with him. And if he can't, well, you're going to have to persuade him otherwise. I know you can.
Well, I am still part of a group. Hey, you heard we have a new group name, right? So.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I figured you would know.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Tell me.
You gonna look over at Petro? Oh, that's familiar. Raise it up just a little bit.
My direwolf? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hello.
Scout.
There's a squirrel outside and he's going a little crazy right now.
Oh no.
I would do that too, Scout. I understand.
Yeah.
Squirrel. All right, so Corey just looked over at Petro when she asked what the name of our group is.
Oh, Petro's dozen.
No, it's the shot in the dark, Petro. Come on.
Oh, right. A shot in the dark.
An interesting choice. Right. Now, Petro, as a token of good faith, and that I mean well for the three of you, because I truly mean that, I have something to hopefully prove to you that I want to establish a connection with you as well. I have found something which might be valuable to you. I have to preface it with the fact that, unfortunately, I think this is one of two, and I only have one. I have no idea what the second part of this is. But since it is carrying your name, I figured you should read this. And she takes from her pocket a sealed envelope, and she extends it out over the podium for you, Petra.
Oh. Petra takes it.
Okay. The letter itself looks pretty normal. It has a red seal of Drakkenheim on it, and the envelope itself has the name Petro written on it, and nothing more.
Oh, are you sure it's not a different Petro?
I am positive.
Huh. Okay. Well, thank you. And he tucks it into his coat. Or into his armor.
Go ahead and read that whenever you have a moment. You don't have to do that here. But read it when you have a moment. No.
Petra just looks a little bit surprised and confused.
Now, is there anything else that I can help you with? Because I have other business to attend to.
I don't think so. It was very nice to have an audience with you, and I hope that you don't get arrested, and I hope that Drakkenheim has a council in the future, and that everybody gets lollipops and are friends.
Well, before you go, we are in the midst of doing something for Oscar Yorn, and I don't think he's going to be moving much until we finish that up for him. It involves going in the city. We got some business in the city, so I was wondering if there was anything in there that you were willing to chill out for, pay for.
In the inner city. Not right now. Let's get Oscar Yorn to safety first. If you need to do an errand for him before he goes with you, if it sweetens the deal for him, by all means. Time is not really a factor. I just want to make sure that he comes to us before the academy gets to him.
one last thing. We heard. I think we're gonna have to go into some place where the haze is a little bit heavy. Now we got a little bit of protection, but not enough for the whole group. I was just like strictly, business information to foster a continued working relationship. What kind of like? How do you guys deal with that kind of situation? Is there anything you have that you do?
We have a certain potion that protects you for a little while against the haze, but it is for one person and it's for a short while. Other than that, you can traverse the deep haze without protection, but it is a gamble and you should not do it for long. Now, luckily, the deep haze is in the inner city in pockets. It's not all over. Knowing where you can and can't go will go a long way. But it moves, so it's hard to draw a map of it.
Is it easy
can
to
be,
spot?
Yes, very easy to spot. You will notice that you can't look through it, like a thick mist.
Mm.
And you'll feel it as soon as you step in. Your skin will start tingling. You'll know that you're in it. Be very careful. If you go in there for a prolonged time, you can and you will get the nasty effects of whatever it is that this meteor is spewing out over the city. The protection will help, but if you don't have that, hold your breath and move fast.
Well, thanks for the information. I suppose, do we have anything else we want to talk about before we head out, Brian?
I believe I'd like to know where you get most of your information from. How are you sure that the Amethyst Academy will go straight for killing Oscar?
I have a lot of people working for me, most of which are the people that you have seen so far. The common thug, the common thief, the common lowlife who's never had a chance at anything. But I have others working for me as well. And as you know, anyone who can use magic has at some point been instructed by the Academy. I have quite a few people that use magic that have worked or are still in secret work for the Academy. We know more than they know we do. Trust me, my sources are deeply embedded in the Academy itself.
And another question, if you don't mind, Your Highness.
Well, just one more then.
Just one more. Say, if someone of the royal family is alive, what do you plan on doing?
It'll be difficult. They have the claim to the throne, of course. If King Ulrich still lives, it's his throne. If the queen still lives, it's her throne. If anyone next of kin still lives, then technically it's still their throne. Let's cross that bridge when we get there, shall we?
Of course. That is all I have, Your Highness.
Good. Thank you for visiting. It was nice to see you in person for once. I hope that you will find your way back in safety. If you need to contact me, you know where to go. Mel can give you most things that you need. And you're always welcome over here if I'm around.
Like,
Good luck.
if we need to contact you, do we just go to the bar?
The bar would be the most logical. You can also go to Buckledown Row. There's usually someone who can pass information to me pretty quick. All right. Good luck. You know your way out. The gas won't hurt you on your way out. Don't worry.
Okay. Hopefully the alligator too, but okay.
She sits back down on her throne.
Bye, Mel.
Yeah, bye guys.
Oh.
We'll talk.
Oh, did they give me the letter that I need to bring to the night captain?
Oh yeah, they Mel like rushes behind you, like wait,
Yeah. Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah, you should give this to the Knight Commander. Just like
Okay. Bye.
we'll
Love you.
talk, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. So awkward. I love that.
See you later, Mel.
Yeah. See you later.
And tentatively taking a few steps into the gas.
Petra
You're
just
fine,
runs through it.
seems.
Petra runs
Right.
through it like, ah!
Briar's already kind of like, she's speed walking and she actually looks a little bit paler than usual.
Oh, you okay, Briar?
I want to get out of here.
Oh, me too.
Mm.
Let's do that.
So, I guess, hey, Jerry, where's the nearest exit?
Oh, just go through the door that you came in, and then go to the south. That's the easiest.
All right. See you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't get in too much trouble without me, huh?
No, you too. Queen say any good?
Bye,
Anything good?
Jerry.
Yeah, she was talking about something or other. Bye.
All right.
Poor Jerry.
We were already halfway to the door. I was like, I'm not gonna get no conversation with Jerry.
As you step out,
longing look
you
at the
see-
barman as we walk out though.
As you step outside, you spot Lies and Deceit standing interestingly close to each other. And as you step out, they take a bit of room between themselves. Oh, they're back. They're back indeed, Lies. Yes, they are, Deceit.
They were kissing.
Have you had a good visit?
In opposite world, I believe you would say no.
We got some really, really high top secret classified jobs from the Queen herself. So you'll probably be reporting to us one day.
Well, that's very interesting. Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is Deceit. Would you like to go back to where you came from?
We know the way.
Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. If you want to travel by yourself, you can, but we know a shortcut. We do know a shortcut. It's a lot quicker.
Oh, to the south, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. They told us about that. It's just, do I just go this way?
That is the south. That is the south.
Oh, okay. So I just keep going this way. Is that your big tip?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Well, then we already know that. Okay, bye.
Is there anything we should be worried about, security reason wise?
Watch out for places that are extremely clean. Yes. And watch out for the smell of fish. There's no more fish in the sewers. Oh, but there is Deceit. That is true, Lies.
So
Right.
I want one of you guys to say echo.
Do you want to say echo? I do want to say echo. Well, then go ahead and say it. Echo. That was fun, as it was Deceit.
Echo.
You guys are a hoot. See you later.
Thank you. All right. As you keep moving south, you notice that the hallway itself takes a couple of twists and turns, but has like sort of like a logical way that you're traveling. About halfway, there's a part that goes down rather steeply. Not too far, but steep enough that looking at it, like going from here to there, down is easy. Going up is nigh impossible. But going down is easy. And as you do, another 10 minutes further away, you spot a couple of ladders. Climbing up those ladders, you find yourself back at Buckledown Row. My question for you is, do you want to go to Buckledown Row or do you want to go to the city map?
I think straight to city map, unless there's anything in Buckledown Row that you guys need to do.
I think we're heading out.
Okay. In that case, you exit Buckledown Row and you are once again in the map.
And yeah, I think as soon as we're out of Buckledown Row, Petra's going to take a moment to open his letter.
Sure. As you open up the letter, it's quite lengthy. But there's one thing which will immediately grip your attention. It's the signature. Do you want me to read it to you? I'm going to show it to you, but do you want me to read it to you?
Sure.
Sure.
That would help our guests on audio too.
Yeah, that's
Good
what I was
point.
thinking.
Reading the letter, you see the following. My young friend, I sincerely hope it is you who finds this letter. With the destruction that hit the city, I had to think fast and hide this letter in a place relatively safe from the pandemonium on the streets. A long shot, but I trust in the sacred flame to guide you here. You do remember our talks about the faith. Words cannot express the pride I feel when I think of how you have grown over the years. By the time you read this, you are probably older than I remember you. I hope you are well. Enclosed with this letter, you will find a pendant, which was left to you by your father. He has perished valiantly helping others escape the city in the wake of the meteor. My young friend, your father was important, and one day I hope you will learn more. His council role as steward of Drakkenheim bears a lot of weight, and this weight is now passed to you. This pendant has more significance than a mere badge of honor. I trust that, as with your inventiveness during our sparring practice, you will find what this significance is. Keep it safe and in your possession at all times. Jorn Diener. The one thing missing from this is the pendant that has been mentioned here.
Above table.
Yes.
Okay. So this is from Jorn.
Yes.
In our backstory talks, we did mention that Petra had some sort of medallion from Jorn. Is that on Petra's person, or is it not?
The pendant that you have is on your person. Timeline-wise, whether that is the pendant mentioned here would be quirky, as this letter, seeing as how pandemonium and whatnot is described, is something that must have been written at least somewhere in the last 15 years after the Meteor film. You've had that pendant since you were a young boy.
Got it. So this is a different medallion, something or other
Seems
you're
so.
talking about. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know that there was a guy that I was sort of like my father. We don't really have fathers in Furbolg world, but the guy who kind of raised me, or one of the guys who raised me, anyway, he was apparently really important to the city. He was on the council as the steward of Drakkenheim, and he apparently tried to fight for the city, and I guess he didn't make it, which is really sad. But Jorn was also like a father to me, and this letter's from him, and he used to train me in like how to fight and like how to survive and get out of sticky situations, which frankly has come in really handy since I met you two, because you guys get me into a lot of sticky situations. But the pendant that he's talking about, it's not in here, so I don't know where I'm gonna get that. Maybe there's someone else that I could talk to.
So Corey doesn't say it, but he was gonna say, well, now you are a sticky situation because you can stick to walls.
I don't get it.
So wait, but you said you didn't have a family. Like, what do you mean? Your father, your dad, was the who was he?
It's not a family in the way that maybe humans and Tabaxi think about it. It's more just like a whole bunch of people. And so, the father that he's talking about isn't necessarily my biological father, but also maybe it is. He could be, it's more like everybody just kind of raises each other. And that's like what a family is to a Furbolg.
So, wait. So when he's your father, but he's not your father, like, how does that happen?
Yeah, you get it.
He's kind of like what my uncle was to me.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, so
Like, does that mean that you have any, like, what happens if is his position? What I'm trying to say is his position an appointed one, or are you in that position now?
Oh, man, I guess I'm in that position now. That's a lot of responsibility.
Do you know what it means, Petro?
Not entirely. I mean, maybe Camp Dawn they'd know more, but I don't know much. Or maybe the Hooded Lanterns would know more, because like they were connected to the old city guard. But I don't really know a whole lot about what Steward of Drakkenheim means. That sounds like a lot of work, frankly.
Leave it to Petra to be that part of the, like, oh, it's a lot of work. Love that.
So yeah, I would say you might want to be careful about who you tell that to, because I don't know, seems like people with connections to the old council have a tendency to have a target on themselves.
So I shouldn't go around shouting, "I am the Steward of Drakkenheim!"
Easy, big guy.
Buckledown
Oh,
Row's
sorry.
like 20 feet that way. Come on, buddy.
Oh, we're making jokes over here, Pins and Needles gang. We're making funny jokes.
Why do you think I've been selective about my letters?
You
Yeah.
guys are a lot better at this like secretive stuff than I am.
Hey, so I don't know. I feel like things are getting complicated. Like, honestly, I thought we were gonna go in there and they were gonna be like, "Hey, so yeah, we know you're working for all these other people, but while you're doing it, could you nick a couple of items from the city, and then we thieves, we'd bring them back and we'd sell them, and it'd be all fun and games." But now they have, like, they're a bunch of, it's the thieves, it's the gangs, and they're trying to like reorganize the city. Like, where does that come from? Yeah. Briar, I feel like everyone's got all these complicated aspirations, and they're just like, just why don't they just do the things that they want to do?
Because some people want something out of people.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody wants something out of everybody. That's how that's how people get by in this crazy world. But it's like, why go to that kind of scale, right?
You'd be surprised what a lot of people will do and what people can be capable of to do so.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like how you feeling there, Petro? I know you took a bit of that nasty sewer water, and you don't look so hot.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is like my 5th time through it, or maybe my 6th or 7th. I don't know. I'm bad at counting. Anyway, I'm starting to get used to it, but I still feel pretty bad. It doesn't seem like something I should probably want to get used to.
Yeah, I think we should probably help get you cleaned up, buddy.
Yeah, and like I was saying before, I valiantly fell over, and then you had to drag me out of a purple smoke. I think I mean, there's been lots of times where the 3 of us almost died, and I know that we're getting to meet a lot of interesting people, and we're getting to see a lot of interesting places. But the more I think about it, the more I think, man, if we're gonna save Drakkenheim, maybe I need more training, because this place is really, really dangerous. And maybe the best way for me to do that is to go to Camp Dawn, and just get some more training from the Civil Order. And like, I can still come help you guys sometimes, but I just feel like maybe that's kind of where I should be going. And so, in addition to getting decontaminated, well, I guess what I'm saying is, let's all go to Camp Dawn right now together, and then I think maybe I'm just gonna stay there for a little while, and you guys can come find me when you need me.
I mean, I get it, Petro, that it's a scary place, you know. It can be rough out there, but I mean, you come through for us so many times. You've saved both of us for, like, what happens if we get in trouble and you're not there?
Oh, well, think about all the other people throughout Drakkenheim, who have nobody there to save them. And, one of the things that maybe I can do in the Silver Order is we can help lots of people. We can help you, we can help other adventurers, we can help the other factions, and maybe I can start to build bridges between the different factions. Maybe the Knight Commander will listen to me. If I prove my worthiness, then maybe he'll go and talk to the Queen of Thieves and whoever else, and maybe, we can start to mend all these wounds that Drakkenheim has. I don't know. I mean, I'll try to be there for you, but I just think this is the best way to save Drakkenheim.
Yeah, but Petro,
I see what you mean, Petro. And and while it is going to be hard not to have you with us, I understand what you want to do.
Well, I also want potatoes, so maybe we could get some on the way.
We'll get potatoes along the way.
I mean, Petro, it's not going to be the same without you here.
Oh, yeah, but you're gonna make so many other friends too. And so am I. And then maybe all of our friends can come together and we'll have a party. And you can make the drinks and I'll make the food. And Briar can, I don't know, do you know any music, Briar? I'm sure we can make a great party together is what I'm saying.
I might be a little rusty, but I do know a thing or two.
Oh, there you go then. Once we get all our friends together, we'll have a big party.
Corey just looks like he's never really considered that one of his friends, he hesitates to call him, would leave. I'm just gonna quietly crawl up Petro's side and just like sort of perch on his shoulder.
Oh.
No.
I'll pat him and I'll just say, "Okay, buddy, let's go get some potatoes."
He's gonna whisper to Norbit, who's still like attached to the armor, and says, "All right, we got to get as much data as we can, really fast."
But of course,
I think Petro hears this and he's just like, "Norbit, you can have all the data you need."
But he does also like sort of like have an arm around Petro now. He's like, give him a hug.
All right. As you're moving to Cam Dawn, I have one request for a roll. It's a bit of a hike. And I'm going to give that to Petro. Petro,
Sure.
Can I have a perception check with advantage, please?
Perception check with advantage. Okay.
Yes, no survival today.
Interesting.
It's different. It's a 13.
Splendid. As you move to Cam Dawn, you finally clear the city. The last block you exit and you go to the road that leads along the Grand River towards the encampment, Cam Dawn. You see someone coming towards the city carrying a large burlap sack on his back and looking decidedly unhappy. And as he runs into the three of you, he says, "Oh, thank the light. Finally, someone with strong arms. I've been carrying this big bag of potatoes, and I really, really need to hand this off to someone. Would you please take this off my hands?"
I'm really good at carrying things. And also, I love potatoes. That's a very strange coincidence.
What is? Oh, well, yeah, I found these somewhere. I don't know. I picked them up. They just sort of apparated when you were talking about. Never mind. Here, here's a bag of potatoes.
I think Petro just like right there just plops down and starts making a fire.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think one last meal, and Corey's gonna break out the best like rations that he's got, and any butter or oil that they have so they can fry up some potatoes.
Great. How many potatoes do you eat?
As many as I can until I'm about to puke.
Great. Let's say that that's 20 of them, conservatively.
Sure.
As you eat them up and you get ready to do the final haul to Camp Dawn, you pick up the potato sack again and you realize that it's full again.
Oh. Which one are you?
I haven't given you a lot of magical items, and I wanted to give you one more thing. This one is for you to take with you to Camp Dawn. It's an endless sack of potatoes. Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
So
amazing.
Above
we
table
just solved
mention,
hunger, guys.
Yeah. Well, above table mention, that's actually an SCP. If anyone is familiar with SCPs are, the bag of endless potatoes is an SCP item.
No, what are we saying? What?
I'll talk to you outside of the game about that. It's a whole new world, buddy.
Oh, all right. I'm looking for it in D&D Beyond. I can't find it. So
no, it's not in D&D Beyond.
I guess we'll talk later.
Nope. Yep. It's a whole new thing.
All right. You move along the river. Is there anything else that you'd like to do, or are you just set on Camp Dawn?
No, I think while we're eating the potatoes, Petro is gonna go through his sack and pull a few things out. He's gonna pull out 2 delirium chips, which he holds in a little handkerchief, and hand them to Corey and say, "Oh, I know that you're really good at science, and you're learning about all this stuff, and I know that I was raised to believe this stuff is evil, but I've been with you guys long enough that I think that there's good to be done with it too, especially with a pure heart like yours, Corey. And I know that you try to trick a lot of people, and sometimes you're successful, and a lot of times you're not. But really, overall, I think that deep down, you're a good person. And so I trust you with these."
Thanks, Petro. I'll put it to good use. Maybe I'll be able to I don't know, create a jar of endless ketchup or a salt for your potatoes.
Oh, that would actually be pretty great, to be honest. Fortunately, the heaviest part is taken care of, and so I have all the potatoes. But that sounds pretty great. Also, if you could, Corey, every time that you're in Emberwood Village, if you could just dump a few of the flies out for Roger, that would be appreciated.
Definitely.
And for you, Briar, well, I've got this potion of climbing, and I just don't think I need it anymore, to be honest. I feel like climbing's been pretty easy lately, and so I think this is probably better with you.
Thank you, Petro.
Also, this note that I got from Jorn, he said that there's a medallion or a pendant or something that's really, really important. But I also, when I was a kid, he gave me one as well. And it's a little bit smaller than I think what they're describing here. And it's something I've carried for a long time. And he pulls out like a little puck that it's got some markings of the Van Kessel family on it. And he hands it to you and he says, I know that we've both been kind of intertwined with some of the royal stuff, and I know that like we all have our different roles and responsibilities, but I just feel like there's something important in line for you, Briar, and I just want you to know that there's a lot of bad people in the world, and having interacted with you, I want you to know that I trust you, and that I think if anybody's gonna help pull Drakkenheim together, it's people like you. And so if this is helpful in any way in getting the trust of Jorn or of the Van Kessel family or any of the lineage from the before times, then maybe this will help you in your journey. And he pulls out some paper and he starts writing down a message to Jorn. And it says something along the lines of, this is Petro. Also, my friend, my friend Briar, is a really good person, and she has my stamp of approval as a good person. Signed, Petro. And then he hands it to you.
Thank you, Petro.
But I don't think I can eat any more potatoes.
I think you ate plenty.
Yeah, we'll see to what this gets delivered, and we're definitely coming back to visit, buddy. Like this ain't goodbye. We're gonna you're gonna be seeing a lot of us. We're coming back here. You know, we got an in the Silver Order. We know that at least one of these guys has a brain, and that's you, buddy.
Well, that's probably my best feature is my brain.
And your heart. Don't forget your heart. It's probably as big as my whole head.
No, that's true, actually. Yeah.
Probably bigger than his head.
All right. With that, you travel down the road towards Camp Dawn, and after a couple of hours worth of travel, you clear the haze outskirts of the city, and you arrive at Camp Dawn. As I now know you, you are ushered through the gates, and you are inside the camp. It's quite lively today. There's quite a few people out, including the Knight Captain, Ophelia Reed, and they're currently talking to one of the chaplains, it seems.
I start walking toward the Knight Captain. And as I get closer, I say, I have a message for the Knight Captain.
Their conversation, whatever it might have been about, ends abruptly there as he looks over and says, a message? Well, let's have it. What is the message?
Well, I don't want to necessarily say who it's from, because that might skew your opinion of it. But I will say that the future of Drakkenheim depends on us building bridges. And I hope that this is a small start to that. And I hand him the letter.
He eyes you with a bit of concern and then takes the note and reads it. Did you read the letter before you handed it to him?
No.
Good. It was sealed, but which I probably should have said before I asked. I didn't want to set you up for something. But okay. The Knight Commander will read it. Then point Ophelia Reed, like, have a look at this. Ophelia reads it as well. And then they both look up at you. How did you come by this? Was this given to you like a messenger?
I got like a little bit kidnapped, and I had to fight in some gladiator matches, and escape through the help of my two friends. But then I had a nice chat with the Queen of Thieves, who, to be clear, has done a lot of really bad stuff. At the same time, I think that she wants to help people at the end of the day, and I still don't agree with her methods to do so. And we talked a little bit, and I said, you know what needs to happen is that instead of fighting each other, we all need to just talk. And, I was like, maybe if we could just talk about things, then... also, I'm a little bit nauseous. Anyway, if we could just talk about things, then maybe we could be in a less bad place in Drakkenheim.
The Knight Commander lowers his brows and is about to berate you for the fact that you have done diplomacy kind of out of the name of an association with the Silver Order.
I would never.
But
even though I totally did.
Yeah. But even before he starts to speak, Ophelia puts a hand against his shoulder and she says, Now, I know what you're about to say, but that is not fair. Petro, you've done this out of the kindness of your heart, I imagine. You believe truly that building bridges and talking will be the way forward?
Well, I mean, I think it's the only way forward. I mean, we certainly have our own opinions about things, but there's a whole world out there of people with different opinions. And obviously we disagree on a lot, but there's also a lot of overlap. And I think if we all just work together, we can get what we want and they can get what they want. And frankly, the future of the world just is in a better place. And I think the Silver Order can be a part of that.
Theodore, this man speaks truth. I believe him. There's no lying in that, and I would feel personally that it would be wrong to berate him for this. Rather, the opposite. He should be commended. While we're trying to steer off the issues and trying to find our way, clear the city of the monsters, this lone wolf by himself just got us an
With my
invitation
friends,
to
we're
talk.
called the Shot in the Dark.
Well, with your friends, of course. They've made an establishment, a connection. You might be able to explore that, Theodore. It's important. It's your call, after all, but think before you berate this man. The Knight Captain takes that into consideration. And he says, well, Petra, you're not part of the Silver Order, and as such, it would be strange if you would speak on our behalf. Then again, Ophelia does have a good point. Having talking relations with some of the factions within the city might be to our mutual beneficial. And perhaps that is one of the approaches to reclaiming this city. There'll be a lot of things to work through, but it's the first step. And I think that Ophelia is right in that I should commend you for something that you did. You did the right thing here, Petra, as did you two, he says, as he looks over at you at Briar and Corey. Thank you for that. You've done a great service to the Silver Order. I know you're no longer part of our ranks, but I appreciate you nonetheless, Petra.
Well, I mean, I was raised by you and trained by you, and maybe I'm not officially, have a title in the Silver Order, but I'll always feel like I'm a part of it.
I have a question for you, Petra. Why did you choose to go out on a limb with a couple of adventurers to strike it out for your own? Was it a thirst for adventure? What do you want to see something of the world? What was it that drove you this path instead of us?
Well, when I came here from Illyria, I mean, I was assigned as a missionary, and I was assigned to go out and help people. And I know that we have more specific missions than that, but really, at the end of the day, we're here to help people. And so that's what I did. And it just so happened that these two, their hearts were in the right place too. And they wanted to go into Drakkenheim, well, sometimes for money. But also, they had their hearts in the right place. They wanted to do the right thing along the way. And so I said to myself, what's the best way to get around Drakkenheim? Is it with a big army, or is it with just a couple of people who have their hearts in the right place and want to do the right thing? And along the way, we helped a lot of people. And I think, I hope that the things that you taught me, like how to help people when they're hurt and like how to protect people, all of that came in handy. And I maybe I didn't do a great job of finding new followers of the Sacred Flame and spreading the message of the Silver Order, but we did help a lot of people, and I think that's the most important thing for a missionary to do.
Very well spoken, Petra. I do appreciate that.
I am pretty tired at the same time, and also a little nauseous and a little hurt, and I've almost died several times.
Unfortunately, this life takes a toll on us, whether on our side as the military side of things, as well as the path that you have carved for yourself. As he wants to start another sentence, Ophelia steps back and whispers something into his ear. And he looks at you, Petra. He says, Petra, how tall are you?
Oh, I'm 10 foot. I'm around 10 feet.
Perhaps, Ophelia. You said you're tired, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but a lot of times, if I take a nap, I feel a lot better. But currently, yep, pretty tired. Oh, and just in life in general. Oh, that's what you meant. Yes.
So what's up next on your plate? When you're done here, we'll give you some food, and you're on your way for another job within the city.
Oh, actually, I was kind of talking to my friends earlier, and I think I'm gonna stay here for a while. Well, first off, I think I got contaminated again. I'm sorry I keep doing that. And so I need help with that. But also, I mean, I don't know if you have room within your ranks, but if you have like ways that I can get more training, and maybe become more of a soldier, and help, on behalf of the Silver Order, that would be really helpful, I think, for me, because I don't really want to go back into Drakkenheim for a little while. I think I just want to get stronger and then start helping people once I maybe have more training.
And you two, are you okay with his decision here? Ultimately, it's his decision, of course, but there are still 3 here instead of 1.
I mean, we can't really, Petra's a friend. He's not someone who I'm not going to order him around. I'm not going to tell him what to do. He does the things that he does by following his heart. And as much as I feel that's naive sometimes, I really come to respect him. So, if he wants to do this, it's his decision.
And he looks over at Briar. What about you?
The amount of time that I've grown to know Petro, I know his heart's in the right place when he's decided this. And I couldn't ask for a better friend to join on this adventure with us. But I think his decision would be the best one for him, if he so likes.
Oh.
Another one of those so-called bridges, right? It seems you're good at that, Petro.
I mean, I tried.
I have one more question for you, Petro. Give me 1 second. And he takes his glove off, and he puts his fingers in his mouth, and he lets out a very loud whistle. And you suddenly hear overhead a very loud flapping of wings. And right next to you, 2 very large griffins land. You've seen these before, as a matter of fact. You named them. The 2 griffins, when they have landed, have 2 sky cavaliers jumping off and standing at attention saluting the knight captain. The captain gives a grin, and that is, I think, the first time you see him grin, because he's usually very, very stern. And he looks over at you, Petro, and he says, "One of the most majestic creatures that we have in our army are the griffins, as you know. They're difficult to tame, more difficult to ride, but once you bond with one of these beasties, you're a force to reckon with. You know these creatures from your training. One thing that we might not have told you during your training, as we don't want to get most of the cadets' hopes up, is that there's a couple of things that we look for when we want to select a rider to try and bond with a griffin. One of the most important traits that we look for is animal friendship and being tall. You need to be able to physically control yourself on a creature like this, and being tall helps. Having a good connection with these animals helps as well. You're one of the forests, and, well, there's no denying that you're pretty tall."
Oh, I am pretty tall. Those physics don't make entire sense to me, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't know either. I'm just trying to make a connection here.
You need to be able to reach both the front and also the back of the bird to just
I have
paddle.
very long arms. It's true.
It'll help to like wrap your legs around. Like, I don't know.
I also I grappled a crocodile and an alligator. I don't know which one. I grappled a really big beast today, and I was able to subdue him, and then he ran away. But anyway, so I've got a lot of experience dealing with large animals. So if you need me to clean their stalls and feed them and all that stuff, I'm happy to do it.
I'll do you one better, Petro. There are reasons that I can't go into right now, but that will soon be made clear to you that we need a couple more Sky Cavaliers. We're thinking about 4 or 5, and we're running short too. I have a plan for one of them, but that leaves me with one more Griffin. Would you like to be one of the new Griffin riders, Petra?
On one condition. The Griffin has to agree to it too.
That is the very reason why I would like you to join the Sky Cavaliers. Congratulations then, Petro.
Oh.
You will be back reinstated with the Silver Order. We will train you up to become a Sky Cavalier. We'll need to make some adjustments to the armor, but I'm pretty sure we can fashion something for a guy strapping as you, but welcome back.
Oh.
You're about to enter an elite rank, and I'm sure that you can make use of what we're providing you.
Oh, my goodness. I will serve with honor, and I will also come up with a really cute name for my Griffin.
I can't wait to hear it, Petra. Now, go and meet your new colleagues. They're probably anticipating me waiting to meet you.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Petro, you want to see what you're gonna look like?
Yes.
Pulls out the lighter and points it up at the sky, and I'm gonna cast Silent Image and try to make it as close to looking like a griffin with a really large Sky Cavalier on its back.
Is it, I need to know, is it looking like a yellow circle with that all that you just described in black, like a Batman symbol?
No. Like the actual griffin with him on it. So like,
fair enough.
Like like a hologram basically. And it's just gonna do a little slow circle above and then dissipate. Like just to
That
show.
is so cool.
That's what you're gonna look like, Petro. You're gonna look amazing.
Oh, wow. You're getting really good at this magic stuff. That was pretty impressive.
That ain't magic, Petro. That's technology.
Oh, well,
Hey, I learned it
advanced
from you,
enough is
buddy.
indistinguishable.
Hey, I learned it from you. Thanks for teaching me, Petro. Thank you for teaching me along in my journey as well.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you, Norbit, too.
Norbit comes
Norbit's
crawling off of the back and up to your shoulder.
Norbit's been very, very helpful. I appreciated it when he was in my armor, and there were a few times when I would have gotten hit that maybe I was able to like glance it off a little easier. And also, he's just very friendly.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Just like you, Petro.
Oh, honestly, you guys are some of my best friends. When I got to Drakkenheim, I didn't really know anybody outside of the Silver Order, and a lot of people in the Silver Order can be really stuffy and kind of boring. Well, don't tell them I said that. But anyway, you guys were the first people that I met, and I just kind of took a chance on adventuring with you. And honestly, I know that I'm here now, but it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made because I learned so much about the world, and I learned so much about the different types of people that some of them want to eat you and some of them want to kill you. But there's others that just want to be your friend and want to do good in the world. And it's through you guys that I was able to explore Drakkenheim and learn that.
All right, Petro. Well, you can look over at Briar.
I will say I've learned a little bit of something with you, Petro. You helped me learn to trust people again.
Just remember that it's better to trust someone and then find out that they're not trustworthy than it is to not trust someone who might have been nice. Because you might get hurt in the process, but you'll always learn a lesson. And I hope that you guys remember that not everybody in the world just wants to eat and kill you. Some of them are also sometimes friendly and they just want to eat with you. Maybe potatoes. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I'm just gonna miss you guys. And then Petro gets on a knee and puts out his arms to hug them.
Oh,
She's gonna come in and return the hug.
Oh, group hug.
Maybe
I
next
don't have
time.
anything to add. Corey's at a loss for words.
Which is a first.
Maybe the
No, he
next time
literally
we
says
see each
that.
other again. No. Maybe the next time we see each other, Petro, you'll get to see the horns.
Oh, and maybe the next time you see me, you can take a ride on. Oh, I need a name for my griffin. Anyway, I'll come up with something, but maybe you can meet them, and at the very least, give them a pet, or maybe feed them a little treat, or something.
I'm holding you up to that. I'm holding you up to that, Petro.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the sky for you, buddy.
That sounds good. But you guys are welcome to rest here. I need to probably go see the infirmary person, but stay as long as you need to get your strength back. I know that Drakkenheim's a scary place, and I want you two to be as prepared as you can.
Agreed.
That we will.
All right.
Get out of here, big guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to my colleagues, my coworkers now. So I'll see you guys.
As Petra walks away, there once were three, there now are two. Petra has found a new destiny for himself. And, well, maybe something that is a little bit more fitting for him than what he tried to do. Briar, Corey, it is just you, and you see Petro walking to the new Sky Cavaliers that pounds him in the shoulder and that take him along, already telling him a couple of things about the Griffins. And I imagine, Petro, that you take all of this in with passion as, this big birdie is very pretty.
Big bird pretty, yep.
I think, unless you want to add anything to it, I think this is a beautiful moment to call it quits for today.
Yeah, I feel like after resting up, Corey's gonna just say, "All right, Brian, I think there's a frog back in Nimblewood who needs a feeding. I feel like we should go ahead and do that."
I feel like we should too.
All right. After some resting up, you leave Camp Dawn to go back to Emberwood Village, knowing that Petro is in good hands over here. And indeed, who knows, maybe he will fly over Drakkenheim at some point, and you will catch him. It's hard to miss a big guy on the bird. With that, we are at the end of our final episode with Jed, with Petro. I think, I can't say goodbye to you in character as that I'd have to pull in a whole bunch of NPCs to say goodbye to you, and we don't have the time for that today. But
I'm really gonna miss you, big guy.
I forgot to say bye to Mel.
But I do want to say, both from the Guild of Flask, as I hope I may speak for everyone, but also for me personally, I've really enjoyed you in our group. For those of you that don't know, Jed has been very instrumental with a couple of things behind the scenes as well. I mentioned it a couple of times, I believe, but the intro was for a large portion of his making, which is gorgeous. Good insights on a couple of things that we did behind the scenes, and great role player. You only get to know someone, how someone role plays when you actually start to role play with someone. Thoroughly enjoyed playing together with you. You were an instrumental part of this group, and as sad as it is to see you go, I am glad that you're going for a very, very good reason. And I hope that you have a lot of luck and a lot of happiness with the new job opportunity that is going to start coming Monday, right?
Yeah, I start on Monday. Yeah,
very exciting.
Wow. So I wish you all the best with that, and we'll be in touch about a lot of things. But I'm very happy to have had you here in the group. So thank you for that. And
likewise to you guys. This has been so much fun. I played in plenty of house games, and those are, I don't know, it's a different kind of fun. This is such a an interesting experience to play D&D in such a cinematic way, but at the same time have these kind of little asides where we're arguing about how we jump over a gap, which is very D&D. And so for that reason, like, it's just been a ton of fun playing with you guys. And I don't know, I'm bummed that, you know, just life threw me this curveball, a very good curveball that I'm grateful for it. But at the same time, like, I am going to miss you guys a lot.
It's more silver lining than dark cloud.
Yeah, it's more, exactly. I'm going to miss you guys. This was an incredible experience, and I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah, luckily the community will remain, and you're always going to be part of us. Even if you're not playing with us, you're always still going to be part of our, family.
Yeah, and this isn't goodbye. This is so long for now.
So long, farewell, Alvita. No, wait, hang on.
You know what I'm going to ask, right? Like, who said bye again?
I actually sang that originally.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Right. Everyone, thank you so much for watching and or for listening. As always, it's been a joy. And we will see you around on the next one. Have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is you're watching. And see you in the next one. Bye.
Everybody.
So long.